Welcome, daddies, to episode 304 of Dunn and Drew. Welcome to the worst football month of my life. Here's what happened. I absolutely drained my Prize Picks funds this month and accompanied with 0 wins. So it did not get replenished at all. I have what I still believe to be a great fantasy football roster, but I'm 1-2. And I just lost. Wait later in this episode to see who I lost to. My favorite musician, who just also happens to be the most famous woman in the world, is dating one of my least favorite NFL players, and the Jaguars are a complete embarrassment to the senses. I can't wait to get into all of that on this episode.
Today's episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, Patreon. Please share this episode with a friend and subscribe to Patreon at patreon.com/DunnandDrew.
I wrote that script for you, and I just realized you probably hadn't read it until now.
I didn't. I saw blue and said, let me roll with it.
Okay, got an intro for you guys. If you're in Patreon, you get to suggest what plays go in the intros. So I'm going to play the intro now. Enjoy.
11th play of the drive. Mahomes wafting end zone. There it is. A touchdown to Kelce.
Season, 2nd down and 2. A-chain, big hole, turns it on, accelerating. You can kiss him goodbye. 69 points on a 67-yard touchdown.
Fake to Connor. Dobbs retreats and floats for the end zone. It's Brown. It's a touchdown. Into an outstanding career as the ball is bobbled and it's picked up by the fullback, and he's got running room. Andrew Beck, after Boone couldn't handle it, it's still going. Beck, he's going to go all the way in. Did we just see what we just saw?
Don't you dare, great throw.
To the end zone, deflected and caught. It went off Evans into the hands of Joshua Palmer for a Charger touchdown.
I speak for all of us Jags fans when I say y'all are gonna fucking hate us this season. y'all are gonna hate us, boy. Y'all already do for some reason. We've been asked for a decade, but y'all gonna hate us.
What song is that?
That's Taylor doing a little remix of Romeo and Juliet Love Story.
It was great.
Yeah?
And I still won't grow up. I'm a grown-ass kid. Swear I should be locked up for stupid that I did, but I'm a champion. So I turn tragedy to triumph. Make music that's fire. Get my soul through the wire.
Jack, you want to start with King of the Weekend this week?
Yes.
We are the kings of the weekend.
Who is your king or queen?
Damn, I forget about Queen.
Well, good thing you said Queen. I was going to take Taylor Swift.
Is that it?
I'm sure
Yes.
he's fine with
And
that.
I'll continue to take Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Just when I open up the doc,
Oh.
I was like, should I switch? But I'll stay.
Okay, you can stay there, and then I'll touch on it when I
All right, I'll stay here.
introduce my King of the Weekend. Eric, who's your King of the Weekend?
Wonder who that's going to be.
I have a trio of kings, actually. You may hate 2 of them. They are part of the Dunn and Drew community.
I do hate the Dunn and Drew community.
Yes, one of them is Hunter. Like, after everything that's transpired today, I was like, damn, I should change this because I put these in here earlier today. Hunter is Texans fan who bothers us often and reminds us often about our record against them, but
there's nothing we can do. God, it sucks.
nothing. He I believed nothing he said leading up to that game, and it worked in his favor. So I have nothing to say to him.
Texans fans, they played it safe. They said, you guys are probably going to kill us. So they were kind of in a win-win situation.
I pushed back. I was like,
Yeah. If they won, then they knew, or if we won, they knew that was going to happen. If they won, they just got to just have a parade on our corpses.
Yeah.
Which they did.
Yes. My second king of the weekend, part of the trio, is Dino.
I love Dino.
Got to pray on our corpse this weekend. He visited from Houston, Texas. He spent a few nights here in Jacksonville, took him around the city, took him to the game. He sat with us, and he got to experience the heat from the stadium, but he also got to experience 37 points in person against our team, and that's his first game since the first time we met him in Houston, Texas, at the 2021 Texans Jags game in Houston.
Oh, yes. The last two times I watched a game with him, or it was in the same stadium, the Texans actually absolutely blew us out.
They put up 30 both times.
What the Dino.
Was that week 1 of 2021?
Yeah, Trevor's first game. Yeah, we met.
They own us.
We met Dino. Yes, they do.
Also, shout out Dino who got me this card.
Yeah, Dino's obsessed and addicted to
really cool.
Sports memorabilia. He calls it investing. He calls it investing in sports memorabilia. And he got Eric and I, the studio, so I guess Jack too, a Trevor Lawrence signed mini helmet, which sits behind Jack. If Jack just ducked if you're watching on YouTube.
Can I hold it up?
And yeah, go ahead. And then he also got us a Jaguars trading card. The player isn't really too significant, but it just happened to be in his pack that he bought. And then he got Jack a card, which actually is pretty sick. It could be worth something one day. It's a Joey Porter Jr. card, and it shines when you move it, so it seems
holographic.
Like it should. It's cool.
Maybe that'll reflect.
Yeah, and then it's like only a 999 or something of them.
Yeah,
made.
It's rare. 368 of 999.
Yeah. So shout out Dino, second king of the weekend. Third king of the weekend, trio. Stephen B.
Whoa.
I
I could do my rant now.
I mean, you don't have to. I can briefly say why.
Let me see when I was going to
kill two birds.
Actually, let's kill the birds.
All right.
Let me play something first. Here's why Stephen B is king of the weekend. I got to preface it with an audio clip from a Dunn and Drew episode on September 4th, 9/4. Let me find the spot.
This year?
Of this year.
Yeah.
It was when we were doing our podcast and we were drafting our fantasy team during the podcast. So I'm going to play this for you guys, and then I'm going to tell you why I played it for you. Holy shit. What? That's crazy.
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins went 9.
Sorry. Okay. I don't know.
I don't think it's that.
So
Kirk Cousins!
What?
I thought he was joking.
Is
Are you fucking kidding
Who
me?
is that?
Is that not Stephen B?
9th overall, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins went 9th overall.
Kelsey, Jamar Chase,
What does
Tyreek
he think
Hill,
this is a
Bijan
joke?
Robinson, Nick Chubb, and Kirk. I mean, hey, if he paid, whatever.
What? That's not funny.
Oh
Like that. What is
God.
that? A prank?
No,
his loss.
He kept saying, "You're gonna be shocked when I take Kirk at 9," and he did it.
Bro, that's not even, that fucks with it. Fine, I guess you suck, but like, don't come in here and waste our time with that. Why would you win trivia, go through all that work, and take Kirk fucking Cousins? Calvin, you've got to be fucking, what kind of league is this? So I set that up to tell you that Stephen B just beat me in fantasy football this week. That was part of my intro and why it was worst month of football of my life. He defeated me, and Kirk Cousins is the leading quarterback scorer in fantasy football.
Yep, Kirk Cousins is number 1 above Herbert, Tua, Jordan Love, Mahomes, Hurts, Lamar, Josh Allen, and the list goes
And he
on.
beat me.
He's on pace. Kirk Cousins on pace for 6,000 yards, 51 touchdowns.
That's
and
insane.
0-17.
Yeah,
And
0-17. Yeah.
That is my trio. So shout out to the Daddies community.
Great trio. Hunter, I love you. Sorry I didn't show you more appreciation there. My king of the weekend is obvious, Travis Kelce. and this is where we talk Taylor Swift.
I expected this.
Did you?
Yeah, I said, I wonder how long your Taylor soliloquy will be.
This, please chime in. Please chime in. I don't want to ramble because then I get lost.
You're good. Chime.
This whole situation feels like a movie.
For you.
First of all, if my worlds are colliding, which is crazy, and obviously football, Taylor Swift, and we talk heavy on the Chiefs and Travis Kelce on this podcast, and when I can, I talk Taylor Swift. But it just feels like it started on this podcast where he talked about how he went to the Taylor Swift concert, made a friendship bracelet. You guys know what friendship bracelets are?
Yes.
I get the concept.
Oh, really? Is that not just a Taylor thing?
No, it's a I don't
This
know.
is
It's a life thing.
Jinx.
Well,
Oh, okay.
First one
So at Taylor
two
concerts,
friends make a bracelet. Another friend like
at Taylor
friends for life.
concerts, but you trade with anyone, any stranger. You make them. They can be unique, whatever. They're just beads on a string tied together, and that's
You come with like a multiple, and you hand it like you.
yeah. Usually their wrists are like full of friendship bracelets, and you just trade them at her concerts.
Okay.
So what Travis did was he must have done some research, and Ori has a lot of women in his life.
Sure he does.
But he made a friendship bracelet with his number on it and phone number, and had, I guess, reached out to her in some way, seeing if he could meet her before or after the concert, which she usually does. But I guess this tour was different. She was doing so many stops. She didn't want to do it. She wasn't doing like meet and greets before or after because she wanted to save her voice or something like that. So they never met. And then I guess weeks go by, and he says on his podcast that the ball is in her court now. In so many words, he said something to that effect. And the rumor started circulating that they were quietly hanging out. And then she shows up at Arrowhead. And just the moments that the camera captured that have been circulating, I don't know if they're on y'all's TikTok, but they're all over mine, obviously, because I'm in NFL TikTok and Taylor Swift TikTok.
Only if I log into the Dunn and Drew account.
Oh, okay. So like my TikTok algorithm was set up perfectly for these videos. It was like one of just Travis Kelce and everyone's seen this one. I was just like staring up, which he's either looking at the video boards and it's completely irrelevant to Taylor Swift, or he is looking directly at her box, which is what it looks like it should be and what it is, because he's just looking at up there and like the most in lust eyes, they're just gleaming, and he just like, and then he's like, oh, I can't believe this is happening. That kind of look. And then he says like something, he mouths something like, wow, or I can't believe it.
Is that the clip where Mahomes is next to him waving?
No.
Or is that a different one?
Different one. And he's just him by himself, and he's just staring, and then he cracks a smile. And it's like, are we seeing like a bad boy turn good kind of thing? Because like Travis Kelce's a bad boy. But this is why it feels like a movie, because it's when the bad guy turns good for the girl who's good, and that's just what it feels like. I feel like I'm going to start. It feels like a huge character arc in Travis Kelce's career, because if you're not a Chiefs fan, you probably think he's a douche, or that's just what I've gathered from other NFL fans. I searched on Twitter just to make sure I wasn't the only one. Travis Kelce douche. Tons of tons of tweets over the years of Travis Kelce.
I'm sure
people thinking Travis Kelce's a douche.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not only your opinion.
Right. Okay, good. So he's kind of douchey. And
Yeah.
in
his demeanor and post-game interviews sometimes.
And his mustache, very douchey.
That's
shocked.
getting a little personal.
I'm shocked he did not shave that mustache for her, because she's coming to see him.
Does she like mustaches?
Maybe she does, but I don't know. Maybe he's just so confident that he's okay with wearing that mustache.
You're not Taylor. She might like it.
Okay. I'm just saying he has a lot other better looks than that.
I know, but
usually when the guys do the mustache thing, it's ironic and it's not a good look. But maybe she is into
irony.
Sure. The memes were amazing. The fact that just playing into the movie aspect of this whole thing, the fact that it was just such an easy win. Like that's what would be in like a rom-com or a romance movie.
It just so happened to line up that they would play the Bears.
Yeah,
while she's doing
and she's just
today.
cheering the whole time. It's not a close game. She doesn't have to worry. He doesn't have to worry. He schemes up a route made up on the spot to score a touchdown, and all for her. Shots of her happy. The score on the scoreboard is like secondary because they're just winning by so much. And in a movie, that's kind of what it would be if it was more about them too.
34-0.
I've had thoughts of what if I were a Chiefs fan right now? What if I cared about the Chiefs right now as much as I care about the Jags?
You'd be
Do you understand?
on cloud nine.
Like, what if it was Trevor she was dating?
Holy moly.
She comes to Jacksonville.
And we're up
Kansas
40 to
City's
something on a team, and I see her in the box, or I'm one of those fans that we're sitting right below her, and we're just putting up 40 like we always do, and the player that she's dating on our team, I can't fathom that. Chiefs fans have it so fucking good. It's insane. I can't fathom it. I can't wrap it. It feels like that's why it feels like a movie. It feels like something that I can never put my hands on. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are people that I would never put my hands on.
I can't see any other player in the league that would have tried or attempted that.
So yes,
besides
that's
Travis Kelce. He's the type of guy that would shoot his shot with the most iconic woman in music.
but it seems so
Right
easy.
now.
He didn't have to try that hard. That's why I'm so like, how many other players could have done that and she would have accepted? And she's actually, someone brought up a clip from her past where she's being interviewed about like, how many guys like kind of shoot their shot at you? She's like, not many. Like no one really. I would love if someone did. So he just says it on his podcast and the clip goes crazy. Now, not many people are as popular as him. So would the clip have gone as crazy? I don't know.
Right.
But the best tight end of all time and has a popular podcast, TikToks around, circulates. I'm sure she saw it. I saw a great point. Imagine the wife group chat. You know, the players probably have wives and they get together. They probably have a group chat.
They got a Will and Taylor Swift now.
Can you imagine? They probably open arms, but just the conversations that are going on in there. Anyone have thoughts? Because I'm halfway done.
I don't want to jump ahead of this, but I'm dying to know what this next bullet you have listed is going to take you.
Which one?
American Revolution. What does that mean?
Oh, that's when I
That's
sent you
the
guys.
TikTok he is sending.
I sent you guys a TikTok.
Oh, yeah, I didn't understand that.
So the first slide was the Declaration of Independence
yeah.
being signed. And then the second one was Taylor Swift celebrating the box and was posted by the History Channel. So that's crazy that they know what's going on. That's like a very niche Taylor Swift thing. So
The NFL is fucking massive. Of course they know what's going on.
Well, no, within Taylor Swiftie land.
Oh, the reference was a Taylor Swift, a Swiftie.
So you have to be like really ingrained in that culture. So she's been on, I mean, it's pretty simple. She's been on a spree of dating British men.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have never known that.
Swifties have been like begging, just stop. It's not working out.
Racist.
So she dates, now she's dating an American. So they're calling it like, they're calling it very patriotic.
Gotcha.
Red, white, and blue, American Revolution. So
I get it now.
That's the joke there.
I heard a debate today and saw something that does she have more fans or the NFL have more fans?
Probably the.
I don't know. I think
That's really hard.
I think worldwide,
The NFL is too.
But
not as nearly.
I think Taylor has more fans.
You really?
I don't think their fans are true fans. Like people just show up and go to games to mingle. But Taylor, people actually go there to watch Taylor. I feel like people don't go to the NFL to just watch it. Like take the Super Bowl, for example. That's just a bunch of corporate bullshit.
That's different, I guess.
That's my
I don't
point.
know. It's really hard.
Like true fans, Taylor Swift. NFL's just big. But the people, I feel like they don't have as many fans. She's selling out how many stadiums all around the world?
I was just say, could the
NFL stadiums?
Could the Jags sell out 3 nights in a row They can't even sell it one. But can the Jags sell it 3 nights in a row of a game?
In the most random city in the Midwest? No.
Good question. It's like what are there more wheels in the world or are there more doors? Silence. Any idea?
Do you know the answer?
No.
It's
No
just
one
a debate.
does. I think it's wheels.
I think it's
just gonna
wheels.
say
I think people
wheels.
convinced it was because there's a lot of different.
When I did see the debate, people were saying skyscrapers for doors, but there's
They're also what about car doors?
But wheels, like,
Car doors
But you have
like
wheels that take
tables,
that.
cars,
Like look, there's 4 wheels right there.
chairs.
4 wheels right there, or 6 or whatever.
How many doors are in this house?
But they're also counting like cupboard doors. Stuff.
Yeah.
There's wheels in factory buildings.
Yeah. Like what is it called? The wheel and the lever.
Bus. Oh. Wheel and axle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll never get an answer. But mine is Taylor. Since you asked,
Well, I'm not a big Travis Kelce fan, which I've made clear in this podcast many times. I am rooting for this. I oddly think they're a great match. He's kind of corny, and she can be corny, I'll admit. And she's tall, but he's taller, which works.
Mm-hmm.
And he's successful at what he does. He is already famous. He's not going to ride her coattails. Have you guys seen that TikTok?
I would.
Have you seen that TikTok? Well, he already is like by osmosis.
Yeah.
Like the thing that Jack sent today, which I already seen, but 400% is the increase of his merch. And there were other things that went crazy. Like, what if their next game is just because now? What if Swifties are expecting her to be there at Chiefs games? What if those tickets are crazy now just to be in the same building as her? Swifties could be at the game. They're already learning football. The memes about that are hilarious.
Are her concerts done in Kansas City?
Yes. Her her tour resumes in like November, but that's overseas.
It's a little hiatus
Pretty
still
soon.
then.
Yeah.
Small hiatus.
You gotta stop yelling at football games. Say that voice.
Yeah, right. Let's fucking go. I also hope that he wasn't just like kind of doing this as a joke, kind of not expecting her to reply.
That's also a possibility.
And then she replies and he's like, whoa, I didn't expect this. I'm surprised he's not married already. Like he's up there. He's 30 something.
He had a girlfriend for
33.
a very long time.
Oh yeah, true. I saw that.
And then they broke it off. And I'm wonder what she thinks.
Yeah.
Upgraded to Taylor Swift.
I saw a I don't know if I sent this one. I may have. TikTok where the girl was like, can you imagine being Travis Kelce's ex right now? Oh my God. Like anyone's ex where the person moved on to Taylor Swift, that's tough. The most famous person in the world.
Her phone getting blown up by all her friends.
Oh
Girl.
God.
Did you see this?
Okay. That is any other thoughts on Taylor and Travis? I'm hyped for it.
I'm curious to see how
I'm
many
so excited for it.
Twitter, Instagram followers he gained.
Oh yeah, that was part of another stat that I saw. He gained 300,000 Twitter followers but I saw that yesterday, and that was just since Sunday. So in like 2 days.
I can't think of any pop culture army as big as hers.
No, there's
nowadays. Because remember back when we like started Twitter, it was like Ariana Grande, One
Beyonce.
Direction.
No. What do you mean? Twitter? No.
Yeah, I mean like on Twitter, just
Oh.
the fans that are.
I thought
they create.
Beyonce had a
The Beehive
a strong. Is that what they're called? A strong
does.
fan
or
base.
Bayhive?
But I see a lot more Taylor Swift ones than
Definitely,
Beyonce.
but
No,
I
like,
was thinking of,
complete- Yeah, completely unbiased. Taylor's has the biggest following in the world.
definitely, yeah, that's not arguable.
bigger than the NFL.
But there's K-pop. Isn't that big?
Well, we won't go there. I don't know the numbers over there, but it's crazy. BTS, I think it is.
Behind the scenes.
Whatever that band is called.
Okay, so Jack, this is your.
It's a hell of a king.
Yeah, probably the biggest one of the year so far. Jack, this is a huge decision, probably the biggest one the biggest unbiased decision you'll have to make in your life. And it involves our fantasy football league. So there was a trade that went through today that I am the commissioner. I am the commissioner of, and I put it through because in the past I have learned that, or in the experiences that I've had doing it, I have learned in those specific instances that the participants in the league would rather it be a free market where the trader and the tradee decide, I guess they're both traders, decide on what they want to do and leave it up to them. If one of them gets screwed, that's up to them.
Amen.
This isn't a
dictatorship.
I don't decide as the commissioner, and who's to say that the other people should decide whether it's fair or not? Or there's the other thinking that, we're all in this league together. Let's keep it as fair as possible. Instead of having two people decide what can go through, let's let everyone vote. So before you answer where you stand here, let me let you know and the country know what trade went through that I let go through today. And I will do that by going to league.
I know the trade.
I know. I'm letting the country know.
Okay.
The trade is we coming. Traded away George Pickens, Travis Kelce, and Joe Mixon to Duval Dunce or Dunce, whatever, bad name.
Dunce.
For Tyreek Hill. That's it. So it's Tyreek Hill for George Pickens, Travis Kelce, and Joe Mixon. Let's allow the audience at home to gasp. Jack, whether that trade is fair or not,
is subjective.
Yes. So really it doesn't come into play here. But I will ask you whether you think it's fair. But I also ask you, how do you think, because there's a big uproar in the league, how do you think this should be handled? Should it be up to a vote? I know you're in many leagues. Too many leagues. So maybe you have some insight on how this is handled across
8 of them.
The country. How should this be handled?
I think
he's about to let him cook. He's about to cook.
I don't even think I know. I believe I
cooking.
stand firmly that a league vote and a commissioner vote is ridiculous. Should never be allowed.
What's that mean? So what should happen?
No parties be involved.
Only the traders are involved in the trade.
He knows.
I like that.
Why? Why?
He's him.
Why do people want to get involved in this and veto a trade?
Let him cook.
Do they think it's unfair?
They think
it's unfair? All right, let Eric get screwed.
Right. Let me do me.
Yeah.
But everybody's upset because...
Why? What motive do you have to purposely tank? You think it's a fair trade? Then go do it.
He's 0-3, so he's trying anything.
Yeah.
I had my mind on
get
a
ballsy
player
if
as
you're
well.
0-3, yeah.
They're afraid that the person he traded him to now has an unfair advantage against all of us.
Sorry, you guys should have traded with Eric and tried to get all those players yourself.
And I sent at least 20 trades in the past 48 hours.
That's on everyone else in the league.
Oh, I love
And the 3 players that I traded were in every single one of those trades because those are my biggest trading assets, and now they're all gone.
No, I did tell Eric I think he shouldn't have done that trade. It was definitely, he gave away more value than he received, in my opinion.
I don't think there would be
popular opinion.
I don't think there would be anybody I ask that would say otherwise.
But a league vote is just Eric has no motive unless you actually think he's like purposely tanking or like he's like selling his players.
I'm not
and
trying
getting
to
money.
help Max win the league.
Yeah, so like
I wanted Tyreek and he had him.
I don't think I've ever been in a league where maybe once that's a thing.
Good.
Like that shouldn't be a thing in any league.
I made the right decision.
Save your tweets to me. Your opinions on the trade do not affect me. I am working on more.
Eric against the world. I'm rooting for you now.
Yeah, now I am too. Save your tears.
It's never just one. You got to keep cooking, man. It's a long year. And let the record show, I am 0-3 with all of those players.
True. That's a good point.
with the lowest points total in the league as well, with those 3 players. So we're doing a shift, and then we'll keep doing more. I'll update you later in the season.
Cooking?
More cooking.
Okay. Let me get in on that then.
Do you have more?
You still giving players away?
You're only so many to give away.
I know, but
Gave away a fifth of your team today.
league is long. And I have number 1 waiver, so I could do some damage.
Him throw of the week. Jack, would you mind turning your computer and presenting these throws?
Who's first?
I'll go first. I have saving the best for first. I have
Yours was
an
good.
alien type throw from Patrick Mahomes. He just he finds a way every game to just show that he's just completely different than all of us and all of his peers. Although I know Jack has a very good one. So here's a little play action. Time in the pocket. God, more time than Trevor's had all year. Throws it while getting hit, though, and my God.
Off balance.
Off balance. Like he's
balance getting
skipping
hit.
with 1 foot for some reason.
There's no other quarterback that can make this throw.
Nope. I agree.
Maybe Kenny, but
Oh, this is a good view. So
Literally runs into the...
for some reason, he runs into... So that was weird, but it pays off.
He needed the
he
momentum.
can just do anything he wants.
Yeah.
It's
The
sick.
off-balance throw is... Oh, man.
Step up in the pocket, run into the hit, and fucking dive to the sideline.
An insane ball placement. And this ball goes about 50... No, probably like 30, 40 yards.
I was going to say 40.
Effortless.
To number 84. Is that Gray?
84
Watson.
is Justin Watson.
Oh,
Travis Kelce light.
okay. Isn't Gray too?
They're all lights.
Being chased by... It's to the sideline, so not much room. Being chased by number 32, so that's a DB.
Is this just keeper playing?
I guess so. I like it.
Yeah.
And just awesome that his receiver helps him out by catching it.
Right? That'd be nice if we had that over here. Okay. That's breathtaking. Time for whoever wants to go next.
You just click the next one.
Next one's mine.
This is Josh Allen scramble to Diggs.
Don't think I've seen this.
You're in for a treat because I had a hard time deciding between these two.
Oh, I definitely wanted yours.
Oh, and I kind of wanted yours.
Want to trade? Eric,
We'll see if the league allows it.
You guys keep picking the same ones every week.
All right, so they're on Washington, their own 40. Josh Allen has someone in his face.
Situation, too. 3rd and 8.
Improvises crossbody to Diggs on the run.
Please tell me there's the end zone view.
There's not.
That's the best view. Hold on, I'll send you a tweet.
It's more Diggs route here.
Yeah. Poyer right there to pick him up.
Of course. So
we got 2 throws on the run
try to explain what that was for the listeners.
that were dimes.
I mean, Josh Allen gets flushed by, I think that's Teron Payne on the Commanders, to his right. Oh, wait, that's the wrong play. But he still goes to the right. Different defender. Nope, same defender. No. Wait, I rewatched the wrong play again. All right, flushed out by Sweat. And he's like kind of like falling backwards, cross body, and just hits Diggs for how far you think that is? Like the 30, his own 27 to like the other side's 32. Whatever math that is. 18, 23. It's 41 yards ish. Josh Allen's back.
He's been back a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, back weeks.
Yeah, he's back. I hope he's not back versus the Jags.
Oof.
That'll be tough.
Who isn't?
So I just put another clip in there, which is the end zone view, which we can watch quickly. We don't have to bore the listeners, but it's just crazy. It's not the same one I saw earlier, but the fact that he's able to throw that. I saw another Justin Herbert one.
Was it to Mike Williams?
It was across his body. He was rolling left and he threw right.
Okay, I think it's a different one, I think.
Oh, this end zone view. Ooh. Oh, I love how they slow it down.
That's insane.
And it looks like it curves too, like it start like a bowling ball rolling down the alley. It curves a little bit and then goes right to the defender.
Honestly, this does rival Mahomes more than
Right in here.
Sorry.
Like a heat-seeking
Yeah,
missile.
oh yeah, for sure. But there's also a Herbert one that, and it's funny that's just them too. I mean, or that three that every week. So I gotta show you this one too. Hold on.
The Herbert one?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, listeners. I
so
hope we're
many-
trying to make this as interesting as possible
So
for
many
you
links
guys.
now.
So that link before the Hurts Monday Night Football one is Herbert. It's bonkers. Like how you even even the situation is good. I mean, it's like third and
him situation.
It's like 3rd and 8. Actually, it might be even like 3rd and 17. And he rolls to the left and throws it across his body, which you're not supposed to do. And it's
Oh, that's like wow, yeah.
to I don't even know how to explain this. You're not supposed to throw this ball unless you're Justin
it just goes
Herbert.
directly to his right. Right? Left? No, his right.
Yeah, that's his right.
He's going to his left. He just throws it directly to his right.
with a defender nearby, but his arm is crazy. Oh, and he's fading backward too.
Keenan Allen's not even wide open.
No. Oh my God, that's insane. Yeah, a lot of him throws this weekend.
I mean, just
Five.
the three quarterbacks we
the
mentioned.
QB play
By the big
is
three.
immaculate this decade.
I mean, their arm strength and talent of the three we just mentioned are probably the best in the league.
What's
Yeah.
crazy is like as good as Peyton Manning was, he couldn't do any of these throws.
Yeah,
It is insane.
I question Tom Brady as well.
Oh yeah, true.
They were just methodical QBs.
Right.
These guys just have insane arm strength and accuracy.
Imagine Tom Brady like
Sling.
mashing all the buttons and trying to hurdle guys like Josh Allen.
Eric, your turn. Good luck.
Yeah.
Eric's was good.
You guys, I got to start getting the doc before you guys because it's first one to claim it gets it. But after that Jags loss, I shut down. Monday Night Football, Jalen Hurts, 3rd and 10. Offensive line is doing their job at first. Nobody's open downfield. Because Hurts throws him open while taking a hit, much like Mahomes. Sling right over the defender for a touchdown. Not to A.J. Brown, not to Devontae Smith.
To who?
To Zacchaeus?
Olamide Zacchaeus.
Great throw by Jalen Hurts.
What'd you tell us about Zachariah?
Zacchaeus.
Oh yeah,
Fun fact, he went to...
it's not that fun.
It's pretty fun. He went to a Philly high school, St. Joe's Prep, and was high school
Rich.
teammates with DeAndre Swift, his current teammate.
That's cool.
Cool facts.
Do you mean that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, just for your sake. Yes, that is my him throw of the week, Jalen Hurts.
I wanted that to get picked off so bad. I really thought it was going to get picked off.
I think
Well, he can't be when he is him.
he would have had a little bit more air if he wasn't hit at the last second. Next segment, everyone.
Let me know.
This one is called True or False. And after this, I think I want Jack to come up with these questions to propose to me and Eric.
Are they real answers or are they opinions?
They are. This is not trivia. This is opinions. True or false? And I'm going to get an answer from both of you. Deshaun Watson will be back to normal by mid-season. Jack.
False. But can I reveal something? When you,
Yes.
I opened the doc earlier
Yeah.
and I saw you just this one.
Uh-huh.
And I think you had it typed out as, is Deshaun Watson fixed?
Uh-huh.
And it's like, is he like a dog getting fixed? That would probably be pretty helpful.
Yeah, good point.
But
Which actually, on that point, it makes me worry what's going on in Cleveland with how well he played this past weekend.
Yeah, he played very well this week.
Is he back to his old ways in the massage parlors?
I say false. It was.
Is that biased?
Will he be back to normal?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Texans,
I'd say false. Watching the game, I had it on one of my screens. And
one of them, Rich. Jeez.
Sorry. I'm not rich. But I was obviously rooting against him, as everyone probably is, and particularly Steelers fans. He looked good. But I don't think, and my opinion was confirmed by a source I listened to yesterday.
Source.
Yes.
I'll leave them unnamed.
One person makes you right.
But this is like a professional writer.
It's JPA.
It's not JPA, no. That he didn't look as good as his stat line showed. I mean, he didn't play bad by any means, but like his stat line is really good. It's like 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, maybe a passer rating of
he's back.
100 something. He had that really bad clip of him throwing backwards.
God,
that was funny. But also, I'm also trying to remember that this Titans pass defense stinks.
Oh, good.
So,
good to know.
That is something to note.
Eric, true or false? Deshaun Watson will be back to normal by midseason.
If we're saying normal is his Texans days, then I say false. I think it's going to take a little longer to get back to that. He has a great offensive line, though, and the Browns' defense looks like one of the best in the league, which will keep them in games. But ultimately, the Browns' success will be dependent upon Deshaun Watson's play, but I don't think he's going to be back to normal by mid-week. Considering the division he plays in, it's pretty tough. Take some time.
Okay, back to Jack. Mac Jones smacked Sauce Gardner in the dick because he's gay.
True to the first part, false the second.
Okay. That was actually what I wanted to know, if you guys actually think he did smack him in the dick. Eric?
True. He smacked him in the dick, and he's gay.
Jack, no one's talking enough about the Dolphins' 70-point game.
Well, false. I think it's talked about enough. I mean, sure, talk about it more. It was incredible, but I mean, I don't think it's undercovered.
Eric,
maybe Taylor Swift masked it a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at.
Considering most of the notifications I got this past 48 hours were about the 70-point game, I would say false. Everyone's talking about this.
Jack, the Jags won't get back on track in time to win the AFC South. True or false?
False.
False.
The Bengals will be just fine and will make the playoffs.
False.
Ooh.
False, because I'm not going to say they're just fine.
Will be.
I know. I'm not going to say they will be just like anything can happen. We're only 3 weeks in, but I think they'll still make the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to be like they'll be just fine like they have been the past 2 years. I think it might be more of a struggle this year because of Burrow's health.
It's crazy. Is that calf like making him just throw balls? He's just sailing some of them.
Yeah, he was getting pressured a lot.
But I knew that.
I think he only got sacked 2 or 3 times, but it just felt like he was under more pressure than what I would be comfortable with if I were a Bengals fan.
Eric?
Yeah, I'd say false as well. That offensive line is cooked. Burrow doesn't look good. Run game doesn't look good right now. I don't think they're going to come back and be in the playoffs. I think Ravens win their division.
True or false? The Vikings should trade Kirk Cousins.
False.
False. He's old as dirt.
I mean, that'd be a reason to trade him.
Dirt.
Well, they're gonna start tanking soon.
Well, they have a very possible trade suitor. What did you say? False?
I said false. I think they will keep
Jets?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did just get Trevor Siemian. They added him to the roster today.
Here's a impromptu one. it's too late for the Jets to trade for Kirk Cousins to try to make the playoffs.
False.
You think there's time for him to learn the system? And
I think it's kind of true. Like these trades are in theory really like it's a match made in heaven. Obviously, like they should go after a good quarterback, but I can't remember ever a trade in NFL history where a team trades for a quarterback mid-season to compete for a Super Bowl and it actually working out. Well, I don't even recall it ever happening. Maybe it would work, honestly, but
it's not too late.
I think it's too late. I think what Andy said, that's really tough to do that mid-season, especially like if they do it in like a couple weeks and they're like 2-4. Like, I mean, Kirk Cousins, I love Kirk Cousins. I think he's actually good, but that's tough for anyone to just insert themselves into a brand new system and try to find success and turn it around.
They have Chiefs and Eagles in the next 2 out of 3 games, so it'll be very late soon.
They got the Broncos coming up, I think, right?
Yeah,
hey,
but yeah,
good for them. Zach Wilson might score a touchdown. Speaking of Broncos,
that was supposed to be the Sean Payton versus Aaron Rodgers game.
It was, wasn't it? It's still Sean Payton versus Nathaniel Hackett. Hackett doesn't have much to work with now. The 70 true or false, the 70-point game against the Dolphins proved that Sean Payton will never work in Denver.
True.
Yeah, true.
I agree. You can't. That doesn't happen. That has never happened for decades and decades.
Yeah. Seeing 70 on an NFL score,
you're out of there.
Blew my mind.
Yes, I can't wait to talk about it.
Like it was
mine. I still can't fathom it.
We were at 60 points, and I thought I was done, and I was like, they just got 70.
I thought I would never see 70 in my life for NFL.
And they could have had more.
Age?
Huh?
They said I've never seen 70 in my life. Like you wouldn't get to 70.
Well, that either.
This is what Oregon was supposed to do in Colorado when they said,
this is like a
done.
college. This is like Alabama versus Louisiana Tech. Like that's
not
this
year's Alabama, but
no.
Yes, you're right.
This score is why I love college football. There's 69-yard touchdowns every drive. I love that. Broncos stink. I love put 70 up. I wish it happened every week.
Well, I guess we'll talk about it when we get to the game.
They already paid him, so it's not like they can just fire him. And that's just not how NFL teams work. But I have a pretty good intuition when it comes to NFL coaches when they should be fired. He should be fired now. That doesn't happen unless your players just completely are not buying in, I feel like. Or if you're just completely incompetent. That's insane.
70. Mike McDaniel's in his absolute duff.
Yeah. True or false? Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship will last until Christmas, at least.
True. They're getting married.
Whoa, Eric.
I think they'll ride it out just because Chiefs are the best team in the league. Taylor Swift's the best in the world. It's a match made in heaven for both parties. I don't think it's just going to dissolve away. I think they both carry the wave into the holidays and the new year.
But her tour's resuming. She's going to be on the road a lot.
So
she'll be busy.
They're both busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
They win the Super Bowl. He kisses her at the podium.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
In Vegas.
She's gonna have to be friends with Mahomes' wife, though.
That's tough.
Yeah, that'll be.
Mahomes had a great moment at the podium when he was talking about Kelce and don't call him Kelce.
Does somebody call him Kelce?
I'm not that close to him.
Well, that's how they said that their name's pronounced Kelce.
Well, Mahomes calls him Kelce.
Oh God, you're adopting the Chiefs lingo.
Anyway, true or false?
I like this game.
Me too.
On the record.
Justin Herbert is still better than Tua right now.
True.
Herbert is insane. I feel so bad for him and his shit coach.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm officially still going to be sitting on my Tua take.
Oh God. What needs to happen, I wonder? They just put up 70, so maybe it's a bad Tua take.
No, it's not. Never mind. I said too much. I'm sitting on it.
I said too much. It's probably something like he's the best Alabama quarterback ever.
No.
Okay.
Don't tell us.
I publicly had that take. It's not that.
Public. On this pod?
Yeah.
Next one.
You just don't listen.
True or false? Or I forgot.
That could be true.
True or false? Colorado is Black America's team. From the words of Skip Bayless, Colorado is.
He said that?
Yeah.
Oh
Jinx.
my God.
Colorado is Black
Jeez.
America's team. Jack.
He definitely had
don't
to say
know.
that because he has Keyshawn. Who the
He's
hell?
always had a black co-host.
I guess, but now he has 3. So he's like probably
Richard Sherman too.
and
and one
the
more, I
cocaine
forget.
guy, Michael Irvin. Yeah,
Oh, he's on First Take.
Michael Irvin's on Skip Show, ain't he? He has 3.
He's on both?
Shannon's on First Take.
He has Keyshawn. Did you
Yeah.
already say that?
Yeah, but Irvin
Keyshawn,
has
Michael
made
Irvin, and
Michael Irvin. I think is also on First Take.
he
With
probably
He does both. I
There's no way.
feel like that's a conflict of interest. You can't-
Anyway, they're
well,
black.
He's not on First Take anymore.
So, is it Black America's team, Jack?
Nah, I don't know. No comment.
Are you saying that because the people we watched with it, Hoptinger? That were
I'm
just
saying it
saying
because Skip said it.
I feel like this was your question.
Skip literally tweeted, "Is Colorado Black America's team next
what-
on Undisputed?"
This is why Shannon left. I say no.
Okay.
No, they're not. False.
I mean, you don't think that they've got some eyes from the black community?
Of course. It's not Black America's team.
Not as a whole.
No.
Of course.
As a whole. He's gotten a lot of people to jump on that bandwagon. He's gotten this pod. This is a black pod?
Yes.
Sure.
It is.
A knit pod.
Okay.
And not after that loss.
Oof.
People like to jump. People like to jump off bandwagons after adversity. I did
know-
before the game.
It was funny, the people that were next to us at watching the game at the bar, who you know that they were just Colorado fans because of Dion.
They were just Dion fans.
And they were like into the game yelling at it when they were down like 35-0.
So was I.
They were very much into it. So Dion has them hooked.
They were like, 1 touchdown here, it's over. It's over. It's been over. Yeah, you heard him.
I wasn't going to do the impression, but yeah, that's what they sounded like. All right. Going to talk about a few games for the weekend.
Give us that fucking L on the schedule.
Oh,
yikes.
shit. I'll do it when we get to Jags. Jags is the first one.
Make it fat.
Did you do the standings update?
I did up.
Is this through Monday night?
Yes, I updated last
Oh,
night.
great.
This past week in week 3,
I'm shocked by my record. There.
we all did well. I mean,
I'm
because we
shocked.
did all pick pretty similarly.
One. I have the same issue with regularly.
Similarly.
Regularly.
Andy 9-5-1,
Shocked?
Eric 9-5-1, and Jack
shocked.
10-4-1.
Why do you stay winning?
Hey, you're continuing to pull away.
Yeah, the overall, which that's only 15 games in the weekend because we didn't pick Falcons Lions because it wasn't written in the doc.
Oof.
Mm.
Who's that on?
I guess Eric. So on the season,
Why I'm blind.
I am 30-14-3.
Brag.
Andy is. Do you just not want me to say my record then? Andy is 25-19-3. Eric is 22-22-3. We're all
I'm back.
or above 500. That's good.
No.
Not me.
I said we're all at or above 500.
No,
That's
I
above.
missed the app.
Me too.
Sorry, Jack. Damn.
You have something in here. Do you want to say this about?
Oh, Chandler?
Oh yeah.
I
No,
purposely ignored the news about Chandler Jones just so I could hear it from you.
this is like kind of crazy that like no one's talking about this. Do you not know about this?
True or false? No one's talking about Chandler Jones enough.
True.
True.
All right,
Because
let's
I
hear it.
don't.
Do you know anything about it?
All I know is
a
he
little
might
bit about
be
it.
in like the hospital.
Yeah, like I don't really know all the details, but it was just kind of weird. Like a couple weeks ago, like right before the season start, he was like away from the team, and like he tried to get into
trying to get in the facility,
to
yeah,
work out, and they wouldn't let him in the facility to work out, and then he like freaked out, texted
And that's
the
when
owner
me,
or someone,
thirsty for a pass rusher, said Chandler Jones, you were a Jacksonville Jaguar.
I remember that.
and yeah, I don't know. It was really odd and cryptic, but he posted this morning on Twitter. He wrote this out himself. This morning, say the 25th. Oh, maybe yesterday, last night, Monday night. He posted this on Twitter. I guess I'll read it if I'm allowed. Can I read it?
Yeah.
Handwritten in his notebook, he writes, it's kind of long, but I'll go quick. First day out, assuming it's like a mental hospital. I mean, he'll get to it. First day out, if my fans and friends were wondering, I was taken in by the Las Vegas Fire Department last week against my will. I was injected with, parentheses, I don't know what. They said...
The jab.
He doesn't know. They said that it was a court hold, and the Las Vegas police put me on it. I haven't done anything wrong. The police said people were concerned about me because of my post online. I answered my front door, and a group of 5 to 7 were there to put me in an ambulance where I was later injected, and I sued them. I told them not to. I don't know what this is. I had no cell phone or no communication. I was taken to Southern Hills Hospital and then transferred to Seven Hills, where they tried to force me to take meds and injections.
Jesus.
Writes the doctor's name. I called Raiders GM 6 to 7 times asking for help, and I wondered if he had me put in here, the hospital or whatever he was, but he never answered. I even left him voicemails. I was just trying to figure out why I'm not allowed in the building still, and why do I have to continue to watch my brother suffer every Sunday. But no answer. This place, parentheses, Healthy Heroes, maybe it's like a rehab mental institution type place, is not a place for high-profile athletes. My first night, I slept on the floor and was not offered a bed. I don't know what it has to do with athletes. My brothers had to bring me decent meals to eat and clothes. My dad comes and reads me Bible verses. Every game that I miss is $1 million, I guess is game checks. I'm still confused on what I did wrong. I'm stuck here. I'm very sane. I work out in my room every day, even down the hallway at 3 a.m. If you ask the staff here, I don't know what that means. All I know is whoever put me in here had bad intentions. I'm too strong of a person to be mentally broken. For all of my friends that know me, they know.
Yeah, you'd think that this would be on like ESPN and stuff.
Right.
He's like a high-profile pass rusher, and
They don't.
No one's really talking about this.
Media doesn't like to touch mental health situations. They try to avoid it because it's such a stigma in our society. It's clearly mental health. We don't know what's wrong with him, but something has to be.
From what I hear, they had authorities abduct him and give him the Pfizer booster COVID shot.
Well, Travis Kelce endorses that now.
Yes, he does.
Could this be a case of CTE that is being hidden by the league?
Has Antonio Brown tweeted about this?
Maybe. A former Raiders player who
Wow.
went on a
Forgot about
tirade.
that stint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I haven't seen much about it.
Right.
Huh. I will keep my eyes open.
Please do.
But I don't think a player of that caliber would just be forcefully thrown into an ambulance.
Right,
and
if he
injected.
wasn't.
And
Yeah.
injected.
Maybe he's sobered up once he got in there and then came to his senses like, whoa, what am I doing here? And tries to come up, like, is trying to think of, like, he probably doesn't remember why he's in there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Is he on drugs or is it just mental, like, CTE kind of thing?
Was he on the roster and then what just happened? What happened to get him to this point?
I don't know. He's been like away from the team this summer, kind of under contract, I think. I mean, yeah, he said in the letter he misses $1 million every game. So I don't know.
Well, I hope he gets through it. So we may never get answers.
Now, if he came back and performed, comeback player of the year?
Next year or this year?
This year, if he comes back. But actually, it made me think back to DeMar Hamlin at big risk of not winning comeback player of the year.
I'm scared. I know. I'm very scared.
And you did indeed bet on that.
Mm-hmm.
A substantial amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
Has he played?
No.
He's been in
Not
a
at all.
healthy
Scratch.
scratch first 3 weeks.
Damn. Vegas they know how to cook, man. They knew that.
I still think he's gonna get it, even if he's a healthy scratch for a week.
He has to play 1 week.
You think?
That's it.
He's such a story. He was such a story. Like we literally.
I think Bill's just said story's done. Your ass.
But he's such a story that we get notified every week he's a healthy scratch.
Who's in the running?
Tua.
Come back. Oh, from the concussion. You're fucked.
Yeah.
But to be fair,
if Tua wins MVP, I don't think they're going to come back.
True.
So he's got to win MVP.
They spread that around.
Dolphins,
spread the awards around.
The Dolphins quarterback MVP looks good now.
But I will, to give you hope, he started this season with the carbon copy stats that he had last year.
I mean,
completely the same, which is crazy because they just put up 70 points.
It is weird, but
you know what's funny when the team puts up a lot of points and you go to their stats, you're like, wait, where'd the scoring come from? He's had 300 passing yards. We had a rusher that got 200. Seen that before. Where'd the 70 come from?
Yeah. 4 rush touchdowns.
But yeah, to any others? Calvin isn't really impressing me.
I wouldn't give it to him anyway.
Why? Oh, because
they suspended him for.
And then he walked away for mental health reasons.
Well, he did, and then they suspended him for a whole year. I don't think they would reward him.
True.
After suspending him.
Well, if Tua is your only competition,
I'm scared.
How much did you put on it?
I don't want to say.
Oh God,
that's crazy.
It's actually not that. It's not like too much, but I still don't want to say. It's a lot.
You just thought it was a lock.
It's a lot because it should happen. He plays 1 week. He got it.
What stats is he gonna have playing 1 week to win that?
I think he just.
I don't know. He's got to play.
Step on the field.
Which I mean, they need some. If they give one guy in secondary gets injured,
they got to give it to him.
Even if he doesn't play, he's getting it.
I think even if he doesn't play, he gets it.
Just by coming back. Put that narrative into the media. We are the media. Let's put the narrative out there.
We are the media.
Just for walking out there for the preseason, he gets it. That should be enough.
All right. Did he get a pick?
He played in the or was that in training camp? He got a pick. I don't know.
Oh, training camp, I think. All right, I'm gonna do something I did not expect myself to do. I'm gonna put an L next to this Houston game that the Jags just lost. Hold on. As I can commentate.
Okay, he's reaching over to put the L next to the Houston game.
I wanted it to be massive. It should just cover all 6 weeks, honestly.
That's ugly.
That's an ugly L, but it was an ugly L.
Yeah, that's indicative of the game.
So we are 1-2, the Jaguars.
Ew.
It looks like you wrote the preseason wins. So it looks like you're 4-2.
I know, it looks nice.
1-2, third in the division.
All right, so as you know, the Jags lost to the Texans.
Oh,
who were 0-2. Jags were 1-1. Now they're 1-2. Do you guys?
And Andy is done.
Yeah, I've got quite a little rant here. Should I just go?
Go.
Eric, please cut me off when you got something to say, because this is our segment.
Well, I don't know how you still have things to say about the game.
I do. I do. Okay.
I thought you got it all out on Twitter because I have your notifications on, so I keep seeing.
Of course, I get it out on Twitter, but I have to share that with the pod.
How long did you guys stay?
Till Trevor threw the pick after they returned the kick return touchdown.
Oh, so pretty.
We waited to see their drive after they got the kick return touchdown, and Trevor threw a pick.
It was like mid-third quarter?
Yeah. So we're done.
I just want to know if I can have a normal sports life. Like, can I be a team or can I be a fan of the team that doesn't have the worst record in the last decade, or a team that can follow up a successful season and kind of snowball that into more successful seasons? Because that makes sense. The Eagles did it when Jalen Hurts turned the corner. The Bengals did it after they made the Super Bowl. And that just seems like a normal thing for a normal fan of a team that's on the rise.
Yes.
But for here in this city, this team just seems like there's a cursed cloud that's always hovering over Like something's about to go wrong. Something has to go wrong. Not going to follow a normal trajectory of what everyone is expecting of us. I don't understand why it has to be this difficult. For the team, the O-line and the D-line are no good currently. And there isn't too much hope for optimism. There's a little bit.
This was the only game where there would have been.
Right. There's a little bit hope. I'll get to it later. But it was not dealt with in the offseason like it should have been. And I know I went on rants. There was like string of weeks where I just was completely flabbergasted that we were doing nothing to address the D-line. And if you guys want proof of how right I was, we just played the Texans, who had given up 11 sacks before we played them. That averages out to 5.5 each game. And they were out 4 starters on the offensive line. How many sacks did we get?
None.
0.
We didn't even get pressure, really.
No pressure. No pressure. And when you have a team that has like I watch other teams like, oh my God, Jalen Hurts. I mean, he's an exception. That Eagles O-line is insane. But even watching Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford or Tua, any other team, I'm like, I see a drop back and I'm like, holy shit. Quarterbacks have that much time to throw?
Yeah,
I haven't seen that from us this year. Every time Trevor drops back, it's like he's got to get rid of it or else he's going to get sacked or put off his place, which he's good at navigating the pocket. But like you want to have sometimes where you have a clean pocket to just be able to go to work.
He just needs a little bit of time because we've seen how he can throw with it.
And he's getting none of that. And to make matters worse, the Jaguars lead the NFL in drop passes.
Again.
Which was a big thing last year, and it has not been improved. We are leading the league. So when you have poor offensive line play, your margin for error is very slim. So when Trevor does manage to get the ball out of his hands and to you, the receivers are dropping it at the highest rate in the NFL. We had one player from the team confirm, and other players have said this might be the case. Doug Peterson kind of alluded to it, that they might be pressing because they have all these expectations, so they're pressing. They have to score on every drive. Whereas last year, maybe they're just taking what the defense gave them and, oh, shit, we're good. We're scoring. Oh, that's fun. No one's expecting us to do that.
I just don't know if I believe that.
They
just have to come up with anything to say because they have no answers of how to fix it, which I understand. They have to get in front of the press every single week. Can't just keep saying the same thing every week. I just don't believe that.
Yeah, it's hard to believe because it's like an intangible thing that you can't really prove. Like you want to point to the O-line, point to the D-line, which, yes, those are issues, but there's no excuse. No matter I know what talent we have on the O-line, D-line, that squad mixed with everything else should not have lost to the Texans, who were out 3 starters on the defense and 4 starters on the offensive line. No matter what performance the Jaguars gave in that game. What?
Advanced stat, quarterback pocket time, Trevor Lawrence ranks 38th.
Out of
38th?
Holy shit.
I mean, so there's like some backups in there, like guys who get in for like a few snaps. So like, I mean, take those out. And we're bottom of the league.
We're behind the backups. Oh my God.
38th. So that's the O-line is bad.
I don't think I've seen that on. And they weren't, the coaches wore the shirts that said 31st in the league O-line. The O-line coaches wore it in
they're just reinforcing
training camp.
The behavior of bad O-line play.
ESPN said that we have a bad O-line. Other people said they have a bad O-line. I was like, did you watch last year? I mean, we had running room. Trevor looked good. What do you mean bad O-line? Well, we have a bad fucking O-line. And part of it is because we had to draft a rookie because Jawan Taylor left. If Jawan Taylor didn't leave.
Oh, he stinks though.
Yeah, if he didn't leave, he wouldn't stink because the referees in the league would not have noticed what he's doing.
Right.
He went 3
Yeah.
years without anyone notice, or however long he was with us. No one noticed because he's on the Jags. One primetime game on the Kansas City Chiefs, and now he's being benched 2 games in a row because of all the penalties he's committing.
Yeah, but Cam Robinson's coming back, no?
I'm gonna
he's
get to
coming
that.
back.
Those are the
Okay,
those are
sorry.
like
I'm sorry, jump ahead.
That's okay. Those are the
Tweaks.
silver linings that that's the only thing we got. So
Just trying to hold on to that last bit of anything.
So when it comes to the team that is pressing, it makes me think, oh, they can't deal with expectations. It tells me that there's no dogs on the team, because if there are dogs on the team, fuck expectations. I'm gonna play the same regardless, and I'm gonna be a dog. And if you don't have any of those, then you can get to your head. But I think people like Tom Brady, and I know he's like A1. Like they don't let that happen. They don't let like that's like pussy shit. Excuse my language.
Who are you apologizing to?
I say fuck, but pussy shit is no good.
I
it's
always,
like me.
I always just keep going back to the kick return. That's the one play that's just ingrained into my head.
That was
because
bad.
if you watch it, first of all, forget the guy that runs the 6'4" 40 who's slow as shit. Even watching that in real time, he's slow as shit. When I watch it back on Twitter, there's no effort being given by the guys chasing him down. Just watching that play, I'm like, it's like they didn't want to win. Like you're saying, they have no dogs on the team. So what Doug Peterson was saying about them pressing, they weren't pressing shit. They weren't even trying to tackle anybody. Calvin Ridley dropping an open pass isn't them pressing. Man just dropped a pass. I think the team just fucking stinks.
Oh, fuck.
And I don't know. Like the effort wasn't there. Like Cisco jogging to tackle the guy. Dearness Johnson not closing in on the guy. The running back. How are you not catching this fullback on a kick return touchdown? Everyone's just going for the feet instead of actually trying to make a play. There's no effort on that kick return touchdown. So I think there's something going on in the locker room.
But that makes no sense.
That's not being discussed. And I can't put my finger on it.
This ain't Urban Meyer. This
I
is
know.
Doug Peterson.
But like, I can't explain that clip. No one's trying in it. No one is trying. And even Doug Peterson said after they returned that kick, the wind was knocked out of the sail or some metaphor he said. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, so they gave up. Because what happened the next Jags drive? Trevor just threw a pick. I think they just gave up. So like when you sent me that DM of that guy ranting, saying, go to London, please get out of Jacksonville. Get the hell out of here. Go see if you can play in a different, country for 2 weeks. Please, thank God. Like when the schedule first came out, we're like, damn, 2 straight weeks in London.
You get out of here.
Need a break.
Now we're like, please go do that shit. Enjoy it. Enjoy Big Ben. Have fun. Go play the Falcons and Bills. Get the hell out of here, man. They're too cozy here. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're uncomfortable with the heat, and that's why they lost. Fuck that. They get all the amenities in the world to play at their best, and they played like shit. Get out of here. Go to London. Shit, I wish they were there for 3 weeks. After what I had to sit in the heat and watch for 2 straight weeks, pisses me off.
Yeah.
Pressing.
I'm also worried about something in the locker room. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And I feel like we're on the cusp of like the team spiraling out of control, because I've seen that story so many times. The only thing that's keeping me
There's a conspiracy going on.
grounded.
Figure it out.
You don't know what it is, but there is
I got to
one.
figure it out.
Oh, okay. I thought there is one that you were going to share. That'd be
No,
juicy.
I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure it out, man.
The only thing that's keeping me afloat and grounded
Float in water.
is that it's a figure of speech.
I need to know
Is
because it
that
didn't sound like you were afloat at all.
No.
He's on land.
The 49ers, Chargers, Seahawks, and Bengals all started 1-2 last season.
Oh my God.
They then combined to go 40-15, and all of them made the playoffs.
That's keeping you afloat?
That's
stat?
Yeah. It's the only thing I have.
Not our stat from last year? About 3-7 and then turning that around?
If
other
we're 3-7,
teams?
that's not happening.
I know, but I'm just saying.
But the
We
3-7 start last year, we had the pieces. Like
Well, you do this year. What changed?
we didn't re-sign Arden Key. We don't have Devon Hamilton. We don't have Dwan Smoot.
So those all on the defense.
Those are D linemen, and we had two capable starting tackles. The rookie is just not playing well right now. Our left guard is not playing well right now. But there are pieces that can be replaced there. Cam Robinson's coming back. He can go back to left tackle. He can push our left tackle who's doing like top 5 in the league right now, which makes me wonder, like, I kind of want to put the rookie on the bench or move the rookie inside because he's struggling.
I think the run game looked good. Trying to find silver linings for you. The run game, I thought both Etienne and Bigsby only had like a couple carries, but they averaged like 4.5 on the day.
What sucks the last 2 games, we haven't really had much opportunities to keep running the ball.
I appreciate that, Jack, but we had 0 at halftime.
0 what?
Points.
Oh, yes, that is true.
And the first touchdown we scored in the second half was gifted, in my opinion, because there was a pass interference in the end zone, which put us at the 1.
Oh, that was a dime, so I like that one. That one was deserved.
Yeah, I agree. I think a silver lining, something you can convince yourself on or chalk us up to, is that this division is just weird and they like oddly own each other. Like the Texans always beat the Jags always beat the Colts.
Here.
The Titans kind of always beat the Jags.
Whoa. Everyone always beats us.
Well, no, you guys beat the Colts. I don't know what
always
happens.
beat the Colts
here. I don't know what happens with the other ones.
With the other teams, I don't really know what happens, but
usually a loss.
It might be just one of those things that Texans are the kryptonite here.
I fucking hate it.
Well, I just
don't chalk it
don't.
up to that. Maybe
I just hate that shit. It's like
I know you want to buck that.
History
trend,
repeats itself.
It doesn't. I don't believe in that.
Fuck.
I don't believe in teams owning other teams. It's a completely different team. It just so happens that
you said you own the Bills. You own like every team this offseason.
We do own the Bills.
The last 2 times we played the Bills. We've got
good thing you're playing them in London.
Yeah, so
let's see who owns
but
who.
like just for the
neutral site,
I don't believe
see who owns who.
Yeah. I don't believe that history shit, so I'm not even gonna go into the Bills game like, oh, we own them.
We own the Steelers in Heinz Field, which is where we'll be.
Yep.
If we beat the Bills and Steelers, then maybe I'll buy into the whole history between teams thing. But I just don't. I don't fuck with that shit.
I used to not buy into that, and I still don't truly buy into it. Just because there's so much turnover every year.
It's different teams every time they play.
But like,
it just so happens that it.
But I feel like there's some kind of truth to it, like with the Steelers and the Browns in week 2. Browns kind of played better. But Steelers just always win, always beat the Browns.
Yeah, it's weird.
Kind of. Not
Very
always,
weird.
but most of the time.
This loss just had me questioning like everything because all these jokes about the NFL being scripted, and I completely threw that out of the picture preseason, but now it's like back in my head. It's like, because, billionaires, they do some weird shit, man. You're not a billionaire without doing some crazy shit. Like, what if the NFL is kind of scripted? Like, why does Vegas always win the money? We can't always win, or there would be no Vegas. So it's something deeper out there in the NFL air, and I'm not going to get to the bottom of it. I'll have to sell my soul to.
Speaking of air, that new Monday Night Football song is so much better than anything they've ever had.
I missed the one.
I don't think I know it.
I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
I missed the old school one.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah. That
It was
classic.
racist.
Okay.
Oh.
True. I'm racist.
I'm racist.
Titans at Browns. Looks like someone had something to say about this one.
So I had something to say about CJ Stroud.
He's not in this game.
I know, for the last game. I'm just here to call him my daddy because even though I'm 9 years older than him, because
crazy.
Ohio State, like, he put up 44 against Penn State. Now
true. He is your daddy.
Now he comes to my division and puts 37 on my fucking pro team.
I didn't even think about that.
Just standing in the back there, tossing the ball like, here you go, Eric. Here's boy points. Fuck you, CJ Stroud. Fuck. Top 5 in pass yards, no interceptions on a depleted team. What? Fuck. How does this just work for you guys?
Bro, for real. This would never work for my team. You take out 4 starters on the offensive line for Trevor. He's throwing 4 picks.
Unbelievable.
He's not throwing most touchdowns without an interception in the league. He's not having the best start of any offensive quarterback. Any rookie quarterback in NFL history. I don't get it, man.
It don't make sense. But I'd like to looking forward to seeing how he handles a real pass rush with the Steelers this week.
Yeah, got
Jack,
Steelers Texans.
As an subjective viewer.
Objective
viewer.
Well, I don't know what you're trying to say.
Objective viewer.
Unbiased equals objective.
What has the Jags done positive that if I wasn't a fan of the Jags, I look at them and say, "Oh, that's not fair." That never happens to my team.
How can the Jags do it?
Are we? Yeah, exactly. Are we doing anything?
Like
anything good that other teams would be jealous of?
I complimented the run game.
Oh, I don't fucking care. The run game.
I think the weapons are talented. I like Doug Peterson's scheme in week 1.
It's not what we're doing.
Failed in week 2.
I'm not looking at other teams and being jealous of that. Any of those.
I after week 1, I was genuinely jealous of the Jags passing game and what you guys were able to do on offense. I mean, I'm an exception watching Matt Canada, but you guys have it's there. We saw it in week 1. I know the Colts don't have a great defense, but they are capable of being electric. But it's just, I mean, there really was they had so many defensive stars out last week. The Texans did, so there's not much of an excuse other than
Exactly.
We never have starters out. And
so
we suck.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't. We know you don't know. You don't either.
Other fans could be jealous of Doug Peterson. I still think he's a really good coach.
He doesn't think he is. He doesn't want to call plays anymore.
And
I was jealous last week that your head coach has that ability to call plays.
Last week.
Yeah, he said that he wished that Mike Tomlin could take offensive play calling duties away from Canada.
But if your offense goes your play calling goes awry, you have someone else in there like Peterson who can.
Well, Peterson's not calling up back-to-back 70-yard touchdown passes like Canada is. Canada's in his bag this year. 70-yard.
Can you recall in either last year or the year before the last time Steelers scored no touchdowns in a game? Because we just had that last week. With the weapons you like on our paper.
In 2021, I think we may not have scored against the Bengals. I don't. But I mean, it's tough to not score. Well, you guys scored a touchdown.
Not versus the Chiefs.
Chiefs game.
Oh, Chiefs.
Chiefs game, yeah.
How'd you guys get? Was that 3 field goals?
Yep.
Okay.
Red zone failures.
I mean, Chiefs maybe. They're the Chiefs.
I was just wondering. Because I'll remember week 2 forever.
I guess last thing I'll say in this game, and you guys said it too. I mean, the pass rush, but particularly Trayvon Walker, he's got to step up.
Oh God,
he's really got to step up.
What does that even mean? He's got to step up.
Like
he can't. I don't think he can't. It's not like he doesn't want to. He can't. Trent Baalke's a fuck.
I mean,
bro,
it's easy to say it now.
Trent Baalke sucks. I said it before the season. My reaction when we drafted him, you could use to see my disappointment. When we guessed who we were going to pick, I said Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I refused to. I believed preseason. I should have listened to everybody who said preseason doesn't matter.
Oh, when I saw the Jags little cute little documentary about Trayvon where he grew up, I was like, oh my God, this man's having 14 sacks this season.
They sold you a dream because he can cook.
I mean, he's
what burns though is that Aiden Hutchinson was right there.
Yeah,
it was the first pick
layup.
I mean, at the time, it was only 2022. I really thought they should have taken Hutchinson, and mainly because Trayvon is more of the project. Hutchinson is what you're getting, and no offense, but I think you guys probably agree. I don't really trust the Jags organizationally to develop Trayvon Walker into the star he could have been or could be.
Well, you don't like Doug Peterson and his selection of. I mean, it's not like it's the same Jaguars organization it's always been. It's not like Shad Khan is hiring the coaches.
I don't know. There's something about the organization. I know it's not really a good argument, but it's just.
But Lions organization?
Well, no, I'm saying they made the right pick. They got Hutchinson. I think you take the more guaranteed Aiden Hutchinson.
I
as
agree.
opposed to the project that
When
if it was the Steelers organization to develop pass rusher, you would probably trust the Steelers organization more, even though coaches change every year. We haven't had the same defensive coordinator.
yeah,
Well, yeah,
Like it is an organizational
defensive
thing,
line amazingly.
right? So I would
We choose
biasly,
nothing.
but I think you would too.
we do nothing amazing.
Like we're in week 3 and Andy's got the clown.
Yeah, I changed
Emoji
I changed
clown.
my Avi to the clown because Trent Baalke is a clown. How do you look at this roster after Arrowhead when we lost to the Chiefs and say, okay, so we're not getting the quarterback. What are we gonna do? Okay, Arden Key, he's gone. So Trayvon, maybe he can develop. Let's draft a pass rusher in the 5th round. That is the only thing
And the
that
only
he
one.
did to improve the pass rush.
Yeah.
And we lost players.
Looking back at the draft after 3 weeks, it's like,
Who was the second?
give me the
round
bulky clown. Brenton Strange,
Brenton Strange isn't doing
pick?
anything.
He was a second round pick.
2nd round pick.
Where does Sam Laporta go?
Lions.
Where did he go?
No,
Lions.
in the draft.
Oh,
He was a second round
Second
pick.
round.
I don't know if he was available when the Jags picked. Maybe.
I fear that he was.
he's a.
You fear.
Are you saying we could have got a tight end later in the draft?
I fear we could have taken Sam Laporta, who is going off on the Lions.
Well, yeah, they didn't draft Brenton Strange to be a receiving tight end though.
Well, he's not doing anything.
Yeah, he's not.
See who's there.
The Lions traded Hawkinson. They had to replace him to catch. Jack with a smirk.
Nothing.
He's
Let's see.
Bigsby in the 3rd.
Just Balky's not.
They could have
cooking.
had Laporta. Yeah.
Fucking tank Bigsby.
Balky is not cooking.
Brian Branch. They could have had.
Really?
Not in the second round. I'm saying that was a guy who we thought maybe would go in the first.
Yeah, that's who we wanted in the first.
Yeah, Jags fans really.
I would have re-signed if we had the money. Obviously, re-signed Juwan Taylor, draft Brian Branch, who's doing well for the Lions.
I'm at a point now where I don't believe we'll beat anybody.
I agree. I so agree.
You'll have to show me, Jags.
That's so sad.
Chill. You'll have to show me. Like, I understand Falcons have Ritter and nobody else, or Bijan and nobody else.
Right,
but
that's fine. But C.J. Stroud was the only player on the Texans when we played them on Sunday.
Yeah, and
They were
he went off with Tank Dell and Michi, all these other Mechie, whatever. Like, Jags are cooked, man.
And it starts with Balky. That's who I blame.
I wish this was back on it. I wish we were just live streaming on YouTube now, because talking directly to Jags fans, they piss me off. A lot of them just piss me off because, like, how are you just optimistic after week 3? There's so much time left. Shut up. How many L's do you have to see to be like, oh, this team's ass? And how many L's you have to see for you to not be optimistic anymore? Stop being optimistic. There's no optimism in this team right now. None. Go watch the kick return touchdown like I did. And please tell me that it's only week 3 again. Please say that exact phrase. Look me in the eyes and say that to me so I can knock you the fuck out. It's only week 3. Shut up.
They could have taken Pukanuka.
Jesus, man.
When did he go?
Last pick of the 5th round.
Yeah, I'm fine on not taking him. But he's great, but I don't blame him.
Yeah, you don't need a receiver.
I remember looking at our schedule and being like, oh, that's decent. Now I look at it and I'm like, damn, we're going to lose to everybody. Falcons, Bills, Colts. Colts might be the only dub. Saints, Steelers, 49ers, Tennessee. Who's a fucking toss-up every time we play. Don't know, man. Anyway, speaking of Tennessee, Derrick Henry had 11 carries and 20 yards.
I have to play this for Jack because I don't think he saw it. So we're talking about the pass rush and the lack of things that Peterson and Balky added to the personnel there to improve it. Doug was asked about this. I'm going to play it. You're not going to hear the question. The question was just asked. So you are hearing the second the question is done.
What's the question?
What's the Texans were out 4 starting offensive linemen. Why was there no sacks or no pass rush at all for CJ Stroud? And here's Doug beginning to answer now.
You know, I mean, you can maybe point to several things, but we have to do better. We have to do better. Starts up front. Starts with the offensive line on offense. Starts with the defensive line on defense. It starts right there. Again, I'm going to say this again. We need to coach better. We need to play better. We need to execute better. Whether we are reading our press clippings, we need to get out of our own way right now. We need to evaluate ourselves, beginning with me, and we got to figure out how to win a game.
Let me just count how many seconds he paused. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8,
you know,
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
maybe
17.
point to several things. But
17 seconds.
That's so painful.
It's like Drake ad-libs. I mean, you can. Someone should do that. Someone should put that on the track.
17 seconds.
I've never seen depleted Doug. So
Yeah,
I've never seen any coach that was completely speechless.
I was thinking, like, I think I mentioned it last week. Just
that energy is
watching,
inside me now.
like watching Tomlin, he would answer that, like he would not skip a beat and just spew out something, like just some Tomlin nonsense.
That's
like,
why
I don't know how he does it. I don't know. Like
That's why I have no reason to think we're going to win anything. Doug Peterson doesn't even believe it. He's like,
he's just, yeah.
Surely he saw this.
he can't. Who knows what's going on in that?
That's true. That's
in
true.
That building.
That's true. Trent Baalke's number 1 pick was Eberflus. He didn't even want Doug.
Did you want Byron Leftwich?
Uh,
Or no. So someone wanted Leftwich. Leftwich didn't want to work with Baalke.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Shad wanted Leftwich.
What Doug Peterson wanted to say was, "We stink."
I think what he wanted to say was, "Yeah, I got no help this offseason on the D line." And now you're seeing the results of that.
He has a lot of things in his head that he wants to say that it's just built up, and he has to keep his mouth closed for PR reasons because he knows the Jags fan base will be. He saw what we did with Urban Meyer. He knows what we're capable of, so he can't say too many things this early in the year. But his press conference aren't giving us any hope, just the delusional ones that are masochists. But anyway, enough Jags. I'm sorry, everybody. It is who we are, unfortunately. The only comment I had about the Titans-Browns game was that Derrick Henry had 20 yards rushing on 11 carries.
Yeah, it's tough.
So our Browns, that's why I said earlier in the Browns about the Browns defense. They on crack this year.
It's so good.
They seem
really good.
Amazing.
Jim Schwartz, I said it last week, has done a really good job. But also, the Titans' offensive line is really bad. Really
Still.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Are we neck and neck with like terrible offensive lines?
Yes. There's some pretty bad offensive lines. I think I heard somewhere that going into the season, like offensive line depth is like really suffering around the league. Don't know what the cause is.
I've seen that for a few years. Like the D line talent is just so far superior than O line talent. You wouldn't know that if you watched the Jags game on Sunday.
Well, I didn't mean to say that to fire me up by any means, but especially after what I saw last week, I just wanted to know. They're going to have to prove it if they ever will.
I still cannot wrap my head around the Dolphins scoring 70.
I need to watch some highlight tapes again.
I can't imagine being in that stadium as a Dolphins fan. our friend from high school, Eric Wade, said that he was at the game.
Wow.
And
I didn't know you keep in touch with him still.
yeah, I said, congrats on 70. I can't even fathom that. I would have said something sooner had I not been in depression. I'm just coming out of it. My apologies. And
You can't fathom 70.
yeah,
Can't fathom 6.
he said, yeah, I was at that game. I have no voice left. I don't think I've given out that many high fives. My hands are numb. 10 times you're celebrating a touchdown. Are you kidding me?
10 touchdowns.
10 touchdowns
10 tutties, bruh.
in the NFL?
Insane.
Is it just a combination of McDaniels in his bag and Sean Payton just not having that team?
I would agree. I love the karma, how like Peyton said about Hackett. It was like one of the worst coaching jobs I've ever seen.
And then he skips up
literally the worst coaching job we've ever seen in a single game. Like it was clear that like the players have to give up to a certain extent when you give up 70 points.
in the NFL, yes.
And you're just lazy tackling. Like it's just
726
that's on the head
total
coach.
yards.
That's-
You do not see that. Like,
That's insane.
NFL quarterbacks struggle to even reach the 400 mark unless they're throwing fucking 40 times a game. These guys got 726 total yards on offense.
And was there 21 points scored in the fourth quarter by the Dolphins? I think I'm correct on that.
There was.
And that was with their backup quarterback. Mike White played, right? I think all the fourth quarter.
I remember seeing the
Chosen
notification that Robbie Chosen scored from Mike White. I was like, are you kidding me? It was a 68-yard touchdown pass. It was his only catch of the game.
Normally when you put in a backup quarterback to like end the game, it goes the way the Chiefs game did, where Blaine Gabbert throws a couple picks and you just can't really move the ball anymore. Dolphins had no problem.
They unleashed everybody on their roster.
And I think
Everybody
they had
went
their
off.
I mean, I know that Peyton controversially kept Russ in for the entirety of the game. Didn't bench him, which most coaches would, and he probably should have. I don't know what he did with the defensive starters, but if the defensive starters were in and letting Mike White cook you, that's really bad.
Surtain gave up a lot. I saw that.
I mean, yeah.
Did you guys see the meme of McDaniels in the in the
I did
crowd?
see that.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Someone dressed up as him. It was so here's some of the quote tweets. So it was a picture of guy who's dressed up just like Mike is it McDaniel or McDaniels?
McDaniel, no S.
McDaniel in the crowd in the stands, and it looked just like him. And people were quote tweeting it saying, imagine getting beat and you see a opposing team head coach vibing in the stands. LMAO. Next one. He was in the stands checking people's fantasy football teams. Who y'all need to score next? Boy was in the stands like, pick a play and I'll run it right now on God.
That was the funniest one.
So good. Fastest players in the NFL this season. Top 6 fastest players in the NFL this season. All Dolphins players.
Wow.
Tyreek Hill this week. Devon, how do you say his name? We should all know he scored so
It's
many times.
A-Chain. That's how everyone's been saying it for years, but it came out
Years? How old is he?
He's a rookie.
Oh. Where do you go to college?
Mississippi State.
Okay.
But he came out this week and said A-Chan is actually how it's pronounced.
A-Chan, like
But
4chan.
A-Chain is what's commonly used.
Well, we'll know it now. Shit.
And that was this week. Tyreek Hill from week 1. Raheem Mostert from week 2. Tyreek Hill from week 1. So he clocked 2. Tyreek Hill clocked 3 of the top 6 fastest moments this season.
Yet I'm getting cooked for wanting him on my team.
And A-Chain from this week again. So they're just speed.
Yeah, fast-ass team. This game was my 13th reason why watching the Jags pisses me off sometimes in person.
70 points.
Instead of getting to see Scott Hansen react to every touchdown in this game with Andy with a nice cold brew and the fan blowing on me. I'm in the furnace that they call Everbank Stadium.
Hell.
Watching us score 0 points through 2 quarters. My girlfriend overheating and passing out of my arms.
Oh, God.
That happened.
Oh, it happened?
Yeah. She was like, catch me, I'm about to faint.
What?
We're in the tunnel.
Jeez.
This is halftime. We're in the tunnel. She's like, catch me, I'm about to fall.
Great awareness by her.
And yeah, she's like, I know when I'm going down, so just don't let me fall. So I turn around and snatch this lady's water bottle out of her hand. And I just pour it on Janae because she's like overheating from the heat. And the woman just kept walking, so she didn't even care.
Oh, wow.
So, sorry to that lady. I know that water was $7, but yeah.
That's wild.
Part of that happened. So this whole time I'm missing the Dolphins put up 70 points, and I have to sit here and
yeah, that's why I
watching
wouldn't
the
mind moving from the city, because I'd be forced to be a red zone guy who like had the Jags game on. If I'm here, I think I'd have too much FOMO. I'd have to go. But I can't move with interest rates the way they are right now, so I'll be staying here.
yeah. But
we could just not go to the game.
we could, or we won't for the next 2 weeks, at least.
And then we'll have to go to
Colts,
which we'll win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Yes,
You own them.
the theory.
And then we'll go to the next 2, which are away. God damn. We'll be at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight games we'll be at. That's kind of favorable. Away, home, away, home, away, home.
Shut up. Comment about Sean Payton. Didn't realize Denver sent 2 early draft picks to get this guy,
Yep.
paying him $18 million a year. 0-3, just gave up the most points, tied for the most points in NFL history. But it just doesn't matter because who's the team owner now? Walmart. They don't give a fuck. It's like, oh, just coach the next game. We got bands for you. Because Walmart just bought them. Walmart got infinite money, so it doesn't matter.
Just getting scored 70 on you. Like, as a fan, a Broncos fan, say you're a Broncos fan, that I'm sure there had to be one of them that flew from Denver to Miami, maybe a little mini vacay, and went to that game. I mean, I'm sure there's one of them that are like us that really drink for it and had a pounding headache after the game where they gave up 70, and maybe they're like us. They've been through hell for a few seasons, and maybe they're thinking like, what are we even doing here? What are we doing? I really just flew this. I drank that much, partied that hard, had that much anticipation for this.
Maybe it's a little different because they're in Miami. That's actually a fun city to.
If I go to New Orleans and the Saints put up 70 points versus us, I'm not going to be happy that I'm in New Orleans. I want to go home.
I am not going to defend New Orleans. Here it's a dump. So I wouldn't be happy either. But I feel like I could manage my feelings in a city like Miami.
Well, I don't like Miami.
I know.
You're gonna go out and I don't buy the Miami hype, so I don't think
or we
that
hit up the Hard Rock Hotel.
I don't think they're gonna be like, oh, at least I'm in Miami. We let up 70 points, but
it'd be easier.
At least I can buy this $20 cocktail.
It'd be easier to distract yourself after the game there than in a city like Buffalo or Indy or any of those dumps.
You wanted to say Pittsburgh, didn't you? You wanted to say Pittsburgh really bad.
I know the Pittsburgh vibe. We're probably going to feel it in either New Orleans or Pittsburgh. Probably. I guarantee it. Just give me NBA back. NBA on TNT.
Wemby season.
Not looking forward to that. I'm just saying, every time I get home from these stupid home games where we lose and I realize all the effort I put into that day, exact feeling is like, what are we doing here? Like, why do I do this?
It's like I need to just.
That's when I text you guys.
Tailgate and leave.
I got to read my text to you guys. I'm trying to think of a key word.
Was it post game?
It was about
Zoom.
how we're done with.
Zoom.
I'm done with the. Oh, yeah, we're going to Zoom. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Andy disappeared like mid-first. I didn't see him again until I left the building, I feel like.
This is 2 p.m., so maybe right before halftime. No? Yeah, maybe like mid-second quarter.
Yeah.
I may be hanging it up, fellas.
Yeah, I think it was at like 14-0.
I say to our group, time for me to focus on starting a family. We can Zoom the pod, but I am no longer dedicating my time and life to this stupid sport. And Jack said, I love how the Jags are preventing you from starting a family. The Big Cat Country, one of the SB Nation Jaguars accounts, they, at 2:00 p.m., this is midway through the second, the Jags were down 3 scores. They tweeted out their post-game analysis with the title, Jaguars lose to Texans in embarrassing Week 3 slop fest. They reported on the game as a loss midway through the second. They were not wrong.
They were not.
And we are not on the Jags anymore. Not sure how that happened. We are on the Chargers-Vikings.
This is a good game.
Yes. Kirk Cousins, man. I feel so bad for him. I mean, because he's playing kind of well, but he's also kind of ass. But it's not all on him. He's got multiple touchdown passes every game, but he's got at least one turnover in every game so far. But the defense isn't helping him, giving up 28, 30, 20 points a season. And I just feel bad because it's got a soft spot in my heart after quarterback show. He's a good guy. Coming off a 13-4 year. He's playing out of his fucking mind, leading all quarterbacks in fantasy, and they're just chilling at 0-3. And we all picked the Vikings here to win, too. We picked the Vikings to beat Justin Herbert and the Chargers, which I'm shocked you guys went with the Vikings with me on that. Maybe I won't put my picks in here first.
It was a Staley thing.
It was close.
Keenan Allen was him. See his stat line?
No.
He had,
yeah.
he had like 19 catches for 205 yards.
Holy
He also
hell.
threw a 50-yard touchdown to Mike
What?
Williams. I almost picked that from him for the week because it was so cool. But, he was unguardable. But, unfortunately, they lose Mike Williams for the year.
Yeah. I had a trade sent to me sitting in my fantasy account with Keenan Allen in it.
Receiving him?
Yeah.
Before the week?
Or
after this week?
It was, before the week.
Okay.
And I didn't accept it because I was nervous about him getting a hamstring injury later in the year.
Keenan Allen's got to be the number one receiver in fantasy right now. He's, for week 1, 14 points. Week 2, 31. Week 3, 45.5. Whew.
Yeah, he's going in, but I hope that hamstring holds.
I thought he was done. Like, he's kind of getting up there.
He is, but
45.
he was
a great start.
Points.
He was out for a lot of the year last year, but he's still good as fuck. That's that unstoppable duo, Keenan and Herbert. Like, that's his guy.
I saw a
really
stat
reliable.
that if the Chargers defense in Herbert's career so far, if the Chargers defense allowed 28 or fewer points, Herbert would be like 40-15.
That's why people who hate Herbert always bring up the QB, like his QB record, which isn't like elite, but people think QB wins is the quarterback stat are just ridiculous.
Any other games on your mind this week?
Yeah.
From this past week?
Yes.
Actually.
Because otherwise,
No.
I have prize picks.
Oh, explain the Josh McDaniels decision to me because I wasn't there. I know that he kicked a field goal. They were down 8 over Steelers. They were down 8. How much time was left? He had the ball.
The first time there was like almost 4 minutes left.
So instead of touchdown 2-point to try to tie it,
Yep.
kicked a field goal to try to get the ball back again and then score a touchdown to
So
win
the
it.
first time that happened, they were, as you said, down 8. The Raiders had 3 timeouts, also the 2-minute warning left. So it's 4th and 4, probably at like the 20-ish, something like that. and decides to kick the field goal. The Steelers get called on a leverage penalty, meaning that our defensive lineman used one of their offensive linemen to get leverage to block the kick. So they get half the distance to the goal. It was a personal foul, which I don't really understand why that's a personal foul. It should be like a 5-yarder, but not like 15 yards in a personal foul. But so then they get another chance. Their drive stalls out again, and now there's like 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. They're at like the Steelers' like 5 or 6 yard line, and he still decides again to kick the field goal
on 4th and what?
It's probably 4th and goal, 4th and 5-ish, 6. He decides again with 2:20 left to kick the field goal and give us the ball. They have 3 timeouts and 2 minute warning to work with.
So they have 3 timeouts, 2-minute warning.
They were down 8.
They're down 8. Everyone's saying, and I haven't even looked officially, but I don't need to. I'm sure the analytics point to going for it both times. The first time when the Raiders lined up for a field goal with like near 4 minutes left, I was kind of like, I kind of agree with it. Give Matt Canada the ball here. I love how I've humanized him too. He's actually on the field.
Yeah.
But I feel like that was more analytics didn't factor in the Matt Canada variable that like this offense is not going to get a first down if you give him the ball back.
Oh my God.
But with near 2 minutes left, like time's running out. You gotta go for. I think you definitely gotta go for it. Separating the analytics side, which definitely tell you to go for it. Also, like Devontae Adams just cooked us all night. He had like 17 reception or like 14 for 172 and 2 touchdowns. Give him single him and have him go up with him again. Like he could have scored. It's really, really questionable, and he received a lot of backlash for it, which I get.
It's either like 5 yards and a 2-point conversion, 5 yards for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, or a field goal and I don't know, it could be 60 plus yards and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, field goal and have to still score a touchdown
and go further.
Yeah,
it's kind of just showed like he didn't really trust.
Yeah,
trust the defense.
It's tough. I don't know where
he did trust defense, but
I mean, if you have Adams, I mean, just throw him the ball.
And if you, I don't know. Adams went off. He had like 40 fantasy points.
Yeah,
maybe it was I don't get that though, because if you're gonna give the ball back to Jimmy, then you have 3 interceptions in that game. You should just
he ended with 3. But the Steelers got the ball back and got a first down somehow. But then
you hate him.
The Raiders ended up getting the ball back like at their own like 8-yard line with 10 seconds left, so it was like over. And then Jimmy G threw his final pick. It was like a Hail Mary type play.
Anything else you want to say about that game?
TJ Watt is really good.
What is he have 6 sacks
in the game on the season? Yes.
That's good for our season long.
I should update myself on that.
TJ Watt, I'm sorry, guys, don't hate me, but TJ Watt has more sacks than the entire Jaguars does this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
I just don't get it.
I think our only ones were the first game where Josh Allen had 3.
And you had 1. I looked back to confirm you had 1 in week 2. Trayvon Walker had 1, I think.
No, it was Keelan Chason.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Probably his 2nd sack of his career. Was first Mahomes.
His 3rd. Oh.
Ew. Oh. Open my prize. I don't know if I should say this. I open my prize pick and see a lot of women. But this was WNBA.
See a lot of women.
I didn't mean to say ew.
Hey, you did.
No, I didn't. That was just for
the WNBA.
That was just for the
just
camera.
the sport.
That was for the camera. My entries. So I have that sprint going.
Oh, mine looks good.
Oof. What, Nick Bosa hasn't a sack yet?
He has a sack.
Since I started my little sprint? Josh Allen ain't getting that. Trevor Lawrence ain't getting the pass yards.
Oh, God. We have 2 weeks left in it.
We have 2 weeks? So I need Jordan Whitehead to get a pick. I placed this after he got 3 on week 1.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Man, he chased it.
It's just the projection is going to be inflated because he had 3 in week 1.
All it is 1. He just needs 1.
It's still tough to get a pick in the NFL.
Ah, jeez. Tell that to
Jordan Whitehead. We're 3. I have 25 promo. Where did that come from?
Oh, do I? That'd be nice.
They just hand out promos sometimes, I feel like.
Not to me.
Remember Andy had like 5 free entries?
Yeah, that was weird. My sprint, I put in a duck, I think. All I need is Amon-Ra St. Brown to have 105 receiving yards over the next 2 games. And also, TJ Watt just needs a sack and a half for the next 2 games.
How do you cook like this, Jack? I need, for my full season. Is this full season?
Oh, we have that one we shared.
Full seasons.
Is this full season? Yeah, this is full season. TJ Watt will definitely get more than 13.5 sacks.
Anthony Richardson
already halfway there.
Playing.
It only says he has 4 on this.
Yeah, it's not updated.
Okay. TJ, yeah, he didn't update week 3 yet.
We might not get that Anthony Richardson. We said he needed more than 11.5 interceptions.
He needs to play so he can throw the ball to other team.
Yeah, he's not playing right now.
But he has to play, I think it's like 6 games, though, or it's void.
Oh, right.
I fear Calvin Ridley is not going to surpass 925.5 receiving yards as it sits.
Yeah, I think he will.
What did he get this past week? Do we know?
Oof.
Wasn't good. He dropped like 4 balls.
I could check real fast.
I'll tell you what he's on pace for.
He had
40.
No.
40?
3 catches for 40 yards.
Okay.
Hey, Evan Ingram's on pace for 900 and something receiving yards for the season.
Ridley's 17-game pace is 980 yards.
I think they'll click eventually. What happens here? I have in my full season one, Aaron Rodgers is one of my players.
Avoid that.
Should be DNP. Mine says DNP.
Does that mean it just turns from a 4 pick to a 3 pick?
Yep.
Yeah.
So here my Mahomes has to throw more than 4,800. Okay, that's pointless going through that. Those numbers mean nothing.
Trevor might not get his.
Yeah, I know.
I had my fastest win of Prize Picks ever.
Yeah, I saw that.
Monday Night Football.
I was jealous because
Swift.
Yeah,
when
that's an auto every week.
I don't say that.
Take Swift.
It's been 2 for 2 now since you took him and I took him.
He's insane. Take his whatever they say that in this first 5 carries he'll get more than whatever it says. Take that over.
Yeah,
their O-line is disgusting.
It was more than 22.5 rush attempts in the first 5 attempts, and his first carry went for 9, and his second went for like 10. And I was like, oh, I'm chilling. Wow. And then Baker threw an interception the second quarter, and I was like, oh, bet $7,500, $7,500, $75. Yeah, but that was last night Monday Night Football. Quickest win ever. And that single-handedly saved my promo for the month of September. Otherwise, I would have been down to like 20. And now I have like 115. So I'll be back for Thursday Night Football.
I would not. I am done, unfortunately.
But all first-time users, you can deposit and use code Dunn and Drew. Receive 100% instant deposit match up to $100, minimum $10. Pick 2 to 6 players. I recommend 2. If it will go more or less than their Prize Picks projection, you can win up to 25 times your money on any entry on pretty much any sport as well. I'm done with college football. I do not win anything in college. It's impossible. NFL is my shit, though. Speaking of college football, Andy.
Oh, yes.
We were going to have you guess the current top 25 after 4 weeks.
I tried to find logos, but it's tough with this. Because you have to look at logos for the whole NCAA.
And it might stump you since college football is like, it's anyone's game right now. It's not the regulars you would think of, or is it? That's up to you to decide. Jack, do you have the list up? I do.
I'm pulling it up.
We don't have any fake teams to give you this time around. Maybe we'll do that later in the year to see if you fall for it again. You pulling up logos?
Yes.
There's a lot of teams. There's like 130 plus. This top 10 is gross.
Okay. I'll go number 1 is been Georgia for a while, so I'll stick with them there.
That's correct. Ding, ding, ding.
Number 2, can you tell me who it was last week or no?
I don't have last week's here in front of me.
I'm not going to be able to do this. Number 2, I'll go.
But last week's is the same as this week.
Michigan.
Yes.
Number 3, Ohio State.
Oof. Close.
They beat Notre Dame.
There's a team above them. You are familiar with this team.
Florida State?
No. If I give you another hint, you'll get it. I guess you want to get it, but
Oregon.
no. They were 10. They're not going to jump to 3.
This is one of your teams.
One of my teams.
Yeah, they might be back.
Well, the Irish just lost.
Shit.
Texas.
Yes.
Hell
Horns
yeah.
up.
Horns up.
4 Ohio State, 5.
5.
You know it?
Penn State. Have I already said this team?
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I said. Florida State.
Yes. Florida State is 5. Penn State
Wow.
is 6.
Wow.
They moved up from 7 because who lost? Who did we jump? Oh, Notre Dame. Y'all,
Well, they didn't jump them.
what were you guys?
Notre Dame was 9.
Oh, who the hell did we jump? Maybe Washington got pushed back? I don't know.
Oh, they jumped a team you haven't said yet. That barely won. Pac-12 team. It's currently 8.
Oh,
They jumped them.
Oh, damn! I
They
didn't
barely
even
win, but-
notice.
USC.
Yes,
They are
they're
8. Who's 7? Another Pac-12 team.
I just accidentally said them.
Did you?
Oregon.
Yeah, I did.
No, they're not 7. Oregon is 9. 7 is someone else.
Baylor.
No.
It's in the Pac-12,
Pac-12.
West
Oh,
Coast,
I don't know my packs.
West Coast.
Your packs. There's one pack.
Colorado.
No,
No,
they lost.
They got
I know.
smoked. They
Utah.
dropped out of the top 25.
Utah's 10,
Utah's 10.
but 7.
Pac-12 is like stacked.
West Coast.
Yep.
Yep.
California.
Nope.
No, they're shit.
Arizona.
Nope.
Nope.
Nevada.
Nope.
More north.
Wisconsin. No,
West,
Nebraska.
West Coast north.
No.
Seattle.
What state?
Yeah.
Washington.
There you go. It's Washington, the
Yes.
Washington Huskies.
Good for them.
Their quarterback leads the nation in pass yards.
Yep.
Crazy. He's a Big Ten and goes to destroy the Pac-12. College football, man. My bread and butter. We're done with the NFL.
So are we done with college because Dion lost?
No, I told you I gave up my Colorado fandom before that game kicked. I knew that they were not going to win that. I was like, this has been a fun ride, Dion, but I'm going to have to send you off. So I'm happy with that. Colorado USC will be fun to watch, though, at noon.
Does it give you anything like, were you rooting kind of for their players to lose because they're too cocky?
Colorado?
Yeah.
No.
Do you think they're too cocky?
No.
You don't think they needed a humbling?
No. They're
No.
fun.
Did you not see the clip where they were scraping their cleats on the Oregon logo?
I did.
That was only one player.
I didn't really care that much about
There
it.
were other players that were talking shit about the head coach and the players.
We could not step on that part of the field. It's in the playing surface.
They were like that.
I don't know.
That
I guess.
was I looked more into that, and it was a kicker who got his scholarship pulled from Oregon, so it was personal. Dion.
It's personal.
But no, they're not good as Oregon, so for them they probably didn't think they were going to lose, but the world
Oh, no, they did not.
The world definitely did. They'll be a 4-loss team.
That's still an incredible season.
Yeah.
They go from 1-11, like the worst Power 5 team.
Like Pac-12 is surprisingly the best conference right now.
It is.
We'll get to that later. But I have a bone to pick with Jack because
That's you.
his game left me going to bed angry because they had the choke of the year. Like, you played so well all game, holding Ohio State to 10 points.
Okay, I was wondering which team it was because he has 2.
I think he cares about Pitt
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
not talking about Pitt ever.
Losing to UNC.
Drake May fucked me, so fuck that game. You like shut down Marvin Harrison and hold him 10 points all game, and you let them score. I say this like you did. You let them.
I'll take responsibility.
You let them score on the final drive of the game. Granted, they had a long. Did they get to a 4th down? They had like a third. They had something long, and they converted it. They got all the way down to the 1 yard line.
that was 3rd down.
I think it was like 3rd and like 18 or something.
Yeah, you're right.
You got all the way to the 1 yard line. There's one play left with 3 seconds, and they barely get it in. Like, most dramatic ending ever. Like, it's not like they walked right into the end zone. It was like the ball barely crossed the plane, and the game's over. Insane. What were you feeling in that moment? And have you recovered?
Like, kinda. So much, like, it was just so deflating.
I can imagine. It was a long game to sit through to lose at the last second.
Yeah. And I wasn't, like, letting myself think, like, this is, like, Notre Dame's finally gotten over the hump. Like, if we did win, it would be, like, I would have that feeling. Those thoughts did creep into my mind, like, if we just stop them here, like, we win. Like, I didn't even like truly process the thought of winning until it was so close. But what made me even more sad and frustrated is what the
Coach Day?
No.
Oh.
I do want to talk about it, though. Like, maybe like 20 minutes after the game, it was shown that Notre Dame had 10 players in the field.
Oh, yeah.
10 defensive players in the field.
Both last 2 plays,
for the last 2 plays. And it's coming out. What is it? Ohio State converts and we call a timeout. Coming out of a timeout, we trot 10 defensive players out there.
Yeah.
Keep it out there for 2 consecutive plays. That's like
2
consecutive plays. We had 10 players on the field for the most important plays of the game.
What?
Yeah.
I'm firing the coach.
No, I don't like. It's not indicative of
am.
Marcus Freeman. He's a great coach. He's done a really, really good job.
This is the biggest choke of the year.
But it's so tough.
10 players. Did you stop him one of the times, I guess? Because there's 2 back-to-back.
Yeah. But
nice.
You need to get 1 yard.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if we had 11, it wouldn't matter. They probably still would have scored anyway, but just get the correct amount of players in the field.
It's got to be multiple people's responsibility to have
it's probably not even on Marcus Freeman, honestly. It's probably the D coordinator. Maybe. I don't know.
I was
he was asked
furious.
about it post game, and like he said it's on us, whatever. But
like Ohio State's quarterback is not good. It's like I actually feel confident going into this year, but they drove all the way down to the field, to the 1 yard line.
Like Buka really.
Like we were this close from Ryan Day, possibly, maybe, almost losing his job.
I don't think he'd lose his job
to a soundbite that was cringy.
Yeah, I want your thoughts on it first. You thought it was cringy? Is that your thoughts?
Oh, and you know what Ryan Day said?
Said something about Lou Holtz.
So yeah, the game ends how it does. Great win for Ohio State. Yada yada yada. He's so emotional in the post game interview, and he's like tearing up, choking on his words. He's like, I want to know where Lou Holtz is right now after what he said about our team. Like, man, the dude is 86 years old, stroke victim, probably in bed, coached Notre Dame to a undefeated national title run. Why are you this passionate about Lou Holtz's opinion?
Yeah.
When he is Notre Dame.
Exactly.
What do you want him to say about a game of this magnitude?
Why are you picking a fight with Lou?
Against Ohio? What do you want him to say? Ohio State looks like a great team. I think they'll beat us.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad my bias, like, I wasn't even honestly like that. I wasn't like seething, like so mad at him, but like, I was like, what does he do? Like, obviously Lou Holtz is going to talk up Notre Dame. He's Notre Dame's historic head coach. Like
these
he's also like incredibly old. It's just everything you said.
Having guts. You know, like, I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now. What he said
he's
about
asleep,
our team.
buddy.
What he said about our team, I cannot believe. This is a tough team right here. We're proud to be from Ohio.
Shut up.
Bro, what?
It's always been Ohio against the world.
He literally coached there. What are you talking about?
Buckeyes
He just did a
fans are the
soundbite.
worst.
Was that for game day?
Yeah.
that
Or
was
McAfee
That's what
show
people
or
do.
game day.
Yeah, it was
one of them.
McAfee show.
Yeah.
He did the interview.
Yeah.
And he even said, he was like, I coached at Ohio State, won a national title there. He won a national title with them too. He was just, he's more passionate about Notre Dame.
Yeah.
He just said they have the better team, which they did all game.
Yeah, right.
Like, Lou Holtz wasn't wrong. You won accidentally, Ryan Day. And he's 86.
Yeah. But this is my. I mean, I love college football, but this is kind of why it sucks. Like, I feel it's my season's
loss.
not over. But
Yours isn't.
Yeah, Notre Dame's season's not over, but it feels kind of like it is. But now it's only not like I got to be an Ohio State fan now. Like that's
what?
Because I need them to keep winning for
good.
Notre Dame's chances to get in the playoff. Like that's, and I get
You
this
know-
will be fixed next year when there's 12 teams. So it's not like but like now there's 4 teams, and granted it's more wide open this year. It's not as top heavy. There's not like a clear Alabama of years past. Georgia doesn't look as good as they have the past 2 years. So it is more wide open. But it's just frustrating that this is like I feel like my season's done, but it's not.
Game.
But
Feels
like
game, and it's
you
maybe
did.
you're just not meant to win this year.
You
then.
did drop to 11,
That was your championship. It's over.
yeah,
That
that's
sucks.
why the sport sucks.
and they pick their
it
their
doesn't.
teams. You guys pick your schedule too, don't you?
Yeah,
That was a good game to pick. You just didn't finish
right,
with your 10 players on the field.
correct. And we have other teams that are good enough to, like we host. We have USC. We have Clemson.
Well, they don't respect USC because they dropped them.
Go to Duke this week. They're ranked. We have other like ranked good teams. Like our schedule's fine. It's just Ohio State. Like if Ohio State's like ranked 1 at the end of the season, Notre Dame's 11-1, we'll get in.
Maybe.
I think we would. Our only loss to like barely. We looked better than Ohio State that game. We barely lost them by 1 point, 2 points. If they're undefeated and have beat at that point Michigan and Penn State, Notre Dame would likely get in. But I mean, we got to count Ryan Day, Ohio State to beat Michigan, which he hasn't done.
Oh, I do. I guess that's true because there's a lot of Pac-12 teams in the top 10 right now, and they'll
eat each other. They as always
up.
do. Yeah,
Texas probably won't stay undefeated, and
that too. We got Orlando, Texas,
and Florida State may be in the playoff. So it'd be like Florida State, Notre Dame, Ohio State.
It makes
But I
our
won't
path
speak
so
that.
tough. It's so tough to get in the playoff. Which, I mean, it'll be resolved next year when there's 12 teams.
Yeah. I had to bring that up because I ruined my night. I wanted to give a shout out to Andy Seminoles and his Gators and his Texas Longhorns for all winning this weekend.
Wow. Yeah, just do that every Saturday.
And 2 of those teams play ranked team this weekend, so good luck.
What do they have?
Florida has Kentucky.
We're chilling.
It's always a battle. And Texas has Kansas,
We're chilling.
who's undefeated, but Texas usually always handles Kansas. Game day, oddly, is going to. I guess this is the odd part. They're going to Duke for the first time ever. Duke's like ranked 17th. It's just odd to me that they chose Duke because they play Notre Dame, and they just went to Notre Dame last weekend. So now they're going to be sitting at the desk for 3 hours.
Holtz back.
Talking about imagine
Trying to make another enemy.
Pat McAfee. So now they're going to be talking about Notre Dame for 3 hours again after they just did last week, which I just don't understand. Maybe they just did it because they've never been to Duke. Duke's sitting at this 4-0 opportunity against Notre Dame. Maybe that's what they thought. But
yeah, I'm sitting here that LSU is 13 LSU at 20 Ole Miss. I guess they don't want to reward. I don't know if that's the right thing to call it, but go to Ole Miss, who just lost this past week.
Why wouldn't it be? I mean, I know they just lost by a lot, but Colorado, USC.
It's at Colorado. It's at Colorado. I don't know.
They
They're not going to go back.
Yeah, it was just.
Damn, it's at Colorado. That's kind of cool.
Utah, 10 Utah at 19 Oregon State.
That's.
But no one cares about Oregon State.
Did they do Florida Utah game day?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
No, week 1 or the first week was the North Carolina, South Carolina.
Ah, yes. Another question mark. Nevertheless, I'll be tuned in, of course. Love that show. Lastly, the Pac-12 conference, I said it just earlier, is amazing this year. They're all going to just beat each other up, though. They're all undefeated right now, and half the conference is ranked in the top 25, which...
They got 4 in the top 10,
Which
right?
usually...
5?
Yeah, which usually is given to the SEC, but Pac-12 is just dominant right now. Sleeper school, Washington State, Cam Ward. Look out for him. And fun fact that I'm going to hold on to this until I'm like Jack and my team is dead in the water from going to the playoffs. Penn State, only team in the nation with 0 turnovers.
That's crazy.
Credit Drew
Allard for not throwing any interceptions. But the defense has 6 fumble recoveries and 5 picks. And we have no turnovers on offense. And we'll try to continue that versus Northwestern this weekend.
Try your hardest. See what happens.
45-3 final score.
Are you guys good at predicting fumbles as I am when you see a ball carrier running or like trying to evade tackles and you see a big guy come up from behind them and you know every time they come up from behind them, they like go like that to try to knock the ball out? I feel like I've been envisioning fumbles that actually end up happening very often this season. Happened last night.
I envisioned the Agnew one.
Yeah.
You got popped.
Yeah. It's always from behind. Like, why not just always pretend someone's about to come from behind you and chop the ball out? Anything else?
That's all.
Shout out to Bold Cap gave us some shirts. So if you want to, I'm wearing my Jaguars drinking tank shirt.
Nice, that's cool.
And then Eric's wearing Trevor's infamous stiff arm on the Titans player from his goal line rushing touchdown last season. If you are interested in some of these shirts, DTWDshop.com. So just want to give them a shout out because they gave us the free shirts. We're going to do some hat giveaways soon.
Maybe to Patreon members.
Yes, agree. All right, everybody. What a show. What a life. Can't wait to do it again this weekend. Football.
NFL's dead to me.
Jags are playing the Falcons. We'll be doing a live stream on YouTube.
I love that sound.
9:30 a.m.
Fuck.
I love that. Get it out of the way.
I like the early game. It's just fuck.
You gotta watch another Jags game.
I gotta start my day with our offense.
A win.
Yeah.
And then red zone the rest of the day. Steelers are playing whom?
The Texans.
TJ Watt's going to have 8 sacks. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's
and Stroud may maneuver them. 8 sacks and they still win.
Stroud has not thrown a pick.
Exactly.
But I have faith.
I think the Steelers lead the league in picks.
This is the first week. I'm going to take the more. Hit me. Thanks for listening, y'all. Sorry for our depression. It's annual. But yours may not be. So I hope you guys have an amazing football weekend once again. This is where we thrive the most. Make sure you hit Patreon, patreon.com/Dunn and Drew. You can watch this on YouTube. You can stream on Apple Music and Spotify. But until next time, this has been Dunn and Drew, baby, with a hint of Jack. Peace.